Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Cue. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito nyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there mga katribu! Mapalutong bahay man o sumptuous meal for special occasions, sagot na kayo ng tropang Kalanpag. Dahil atid sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang fun and exciting cooking show na Kalanpag, manood at matuto kung paano lutuin ang mga favorite nyong recipes. Sabayan pa ng fun and inspiring na kwentuhan sa kusina. I-upgrade na rin natin ang mga nakasanayang traditional dish ng pamilya. Plus, healthy tipid tips na ibabahagi ng tropang Kalanpag. Matuto, mabusog, at ma-good vibes dito lang sa Kalanpag. Tuwing Lunes, 10:30 AM sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
What's up mga katribu? I'm Michael at welcome na naman sa isang katakam-takam na episode ng Kalanpag. At dahil painit na ang panahon, which means hindi na talaga mapipigilan ang saya ng summer season. At ano nga ba ang naiisip ninyong all-time favorite Pinoy summer food? Syempre walang iba kundi ang barbecue. Yes, ang barbecue or mga inihaw na pagkain. Pero kung hindi naman pwedeng magluto sa mga kondo ninyo o wala kayong griller, perfect na perfect sa inyo ang recipe na ito. At ito ang baked cola ribs na napakalambot at saucy sa sarap. O tara, game na! And here's the ingredients. We have chili powder, bay leaf, brown sugar, minced garlic, parsley, tomato ketchup, vinegar, soy sauce, star anise, cinnamon, cola, water, and the spare ribs. And salt and pepper to taste. So first, we will combine the spare rib and put the cola. 2 bottles ng cola. Pwede rin ganito. And then next, the minced garlic. Dahan lang. Kalat natin siya. And then the bay leaf. And then sisimmer natin siya ng 45 minutes until the spare rib ay maging tender na. So guys, kaya natin siya nilagyan ng cola kasi ang cola ay nagte-tenderize siya ng meat and then nagbibigay din siya ng sweetness. Ayun ang purpose niya, kaya nilagyan natin siya. So malaking tulong siya sa ating spare ribs. So guys, since kumukulo na siya, i-add na natin yung star anise for adding aroma and flavor. Pampabango din siya. Ayan, close natin. So mga katribu, after 45 minutes, i-check na natin siya. And then done. Malambot na ang ating spare ribs at kung mapapansin ninyo, nangonti yung kanyang sabaw. And then ang next step natin, ita-transfer natin siya sa ating baking dish. So bago natin siya ilipat, maglalagay muna tayo ng butter para hindi dumikit. So ibabrush lang natin siya. Just make sure na malalagyan lahat, pati yung mga gilid niya. So guys, konti lang ilalagay nating butter kasi ang ating spare ribs ay mag-produce pa siya ng kanyang oil pag nasalang natin siya sa oven. So yan, lilipat na natin siya. Dahan-dahan lang muna. Kasi mainit siya. And just make sure guys na nakapag-preheat na kayo ng oven. So guys, nalipat na natin ang ating spare ribs sa ating baking dish. Ibe-bake natin siya ng 350 Fahrenheit. So mga katribu, habang binibake natin ang ating spare ribs, gagawin na natin ating sauce. So ang gagawin natin, yung pinagkuluan niya kanina, ilalagay lang natin lahat ng natirang mga ingredients. So habang kumukulo siya, first ilagay natin yung ating tomato ketchup. Yan, just make sure na hinahalo natin siya. Next natin yung soy sauce. Dahan-dahan lang din. Ito guys, depende rin to sa panlasa ninyo. Tansya-tansya lang din. And then, next natin ang vinegar. Tingnan natin siya kumulo. So guys, pwede kayong magdagdag ng water kung gusto niyo. Pero kung masyadong matamis or maalat sa inyo, pwede kayong magdagdag ng konting water. Konti lang, just tansya-tansya lang din. So mamaya guys, ito yung magsisilbing natin, sauce natin dun sa ating spare rib. I-drizzle natin siya. Hahanguin natin saglit yung ating spare ribs at ilalagay natin to. Ibabrush lang natin siya. Pwede natin ilagay yung brown sugar. Yung brown sugar guys, kahit hindi ganun kadami kasi ang coke natin ang cola natin ay masyado ng matamis. Ayan. Medyo lumalapot na siya. So ito naman ang ating chili powder. Kung gusto nyo ng konting anghang. Pero depende sa inyo guys. It's optional din naman. Para kung may mga bata sa inyo na ayaw ng spicy, kahit di nyo na rin lagyan. So pakulin lang natin siya hanggang makuha natin yung ating gustong consistency niya, yung medyo malapot, na babagay sa ating spare ribs. So next is salt and pepper to taste. Then we will add the cinnamon powder. Konti lang din. So papakuloyin lang natin siya hanggang mag-mix all together yung mga ingredients natin, yung mga condiments. Try natin siya. Let's taste it. Okay na siya. Konting water na lang. So guys, ito pwede rin siyang baunin kung may mga outing kayo. Basta just make sure lang na maluluto siya and babalutin niyo siya sa aluminum foil. Then initin niyo lang siya dun sa mismong outing ninyo. Pwede kayong magdala ng sarili nyong griller or kaya yon. I-recook niyo lang. Dahil ang barbecue ay isa siya sa mga pangunahing baon sa mga swimming. Lalo na ngayong summer. Swak na swak talaga siya. Okay, pwede na to. Malapot na siya. So ibabrush lang natin siya dun sa ating spare ribs. So mga katribu, after 30 minutes, hinango muna natin ang ating spare ribs para lagyan natin siya ng sauce. So pag naglagyan natin siya ng sauce, isa-set natin ulit yung ating oven for another 15 minutes para mag-stick together yung ating sauce at yung spare rib. So lalagyan siya, ipo-pour lang natin. Dahan-dahan lang. Just make sure malalagyan lahat. Kung mapapansin nyo guys, iba yung amoy niya, napakabango because of the star anise and the cinnamon na ating nilagay. Nagkaroon siya ng mabango na aroma dun sa ilalim. Then, pwede na to. Ibabalik ulit natin siya sa oven for natin 15 minutes. Hey mga katribu, this is our finished product, our baked cola ribs. So this is the best part, tikiman time. So titikman na natin siya guys. So you can see malambot siya dahil pinakuluan natin siya and binake natin at the same time. Kuha tayo konting sauce. And let's taste it. Masarap siya guys kasi tagal nalalasami matamis, sweet, and soury. Because of the ketchup siguro, and okay siya. Masarap siya guys, parang perfect din siya with mashed potato. And then, kayang-kaya siya gawin sa bahay, I guess. Because madali lang naman siya and then di naman siya ganun kamahal kahit di ka na kumain sa labas. Then, overall, masarap siya. Sana guys, nag-enjoy kayo sa aming hinihain today dahil nag-enjoy din ako. And please try our recipe at home at kung nagawa nyo na, share your experience in our email, kalanpag_dailytribune@gmail.com. Don't forget to watch fresh episodes of Kalanpag every Monday, 10:30 a.m. at Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Ako si Michael Pingol, ang host for today. Maraming salamat mga katribu.
Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Cue. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito nyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there mga katribu!
Elections na nananawagan po ng pagkakaisa. Ako po si Sara Duterte. Handa po akong magserbisyo sa ating bayan. Hinihingi ko po ang tulong at suporta ninyo para sa pagka-vice presidente ng ating bansa.
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating damin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Good morning mga katribo and welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. I am Attorney Leah Badillo Crisostomo. Our guest for today is an award-winning film director, scriptwriter, and producer whose works are recognized both locally and internationally. Lately, you can see his name in the news simply because of the presidential candidate that he is endorsing. And because we only have less than 2 weeks before the election, we invited him to share his insights on how the public is receiving his presidential endorsement and also shine a light on why he chose his president. Please welcome Director Paul Soriano. Good morning, Direk.
Good morning, Attorney. Thank you for having me here on Straight Talk. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Direk, let me get straight already to the questions. Recently, you made headlines for directing presidential bet Bongbong Marcos's campaign ads. How do you conceptualize them? Is it for the youth? Is it for the classes A and B or C, D, and E? How do you conceptualize such ads?
Well, it's definitely for the country. We have everyone in mind when we create the concepts for his ads, no? But of course, I'm one of many. No? We're in a creative team. No? We have a creative team behind the ads, so I'm just one of the team members there. No? But yeah, it's ever since mid last year, we were already kind of especially when he personally told me his intent to run, we were kind of already just trying to conceptualize, because it doesn't happen also overnight. You do need to study the demographics, the markets out there. What do people respond to nowadays? With content just being all over the place, you want to make sure that the content we create for him will stand out, will be watched, will be shared, will be liked, will be talked about. And so I definitely have a great creative team, some legendary creatives that are helping me out, and together this is how we came up with BBM's campaign.
Okay, Direk, did BBM actually contribute to the concept behind these ads?
No, definitely. He's the boss, he's our leader, and when we create these concepts and we brainstorm, he's part of that process. No, of course we have to pitch to him the ideas, and he kind of also shares with us what's in his heart. He also shares with us his ideas, and together as a team, we create the ideas and the concepts, because he has such a love for the country, so that his ideas is actually really for the people, for the Filipino people. So we try to definitely take his insights and we kind of mix it together with the creative team. And yeah, he's very hands-on. He's definitely part of the development process. And once we kind of all agree on the concept, he kind of just lets us take it and we execute. No? So yes, that's kind of how it works.
Okay. Direk, did you volunteer to help him out, or did he ask you, since you guys are basically family?
The genesis of me being a part of his media team, communications team, has just really been ever since he was, vice governor, governor, senator. So I've been part of the team for a while now, and but if I'm definitely volunteering, and he's been very supportive in my talent, and him and my tita Lisa, his wife, they actually asked. Around maybe third or fourth quarter last year if we could start doing some commercials for him. So, but they don't even have to ask. I'll be there. Just whatever it is I can do for him. I'll always be there. So as a volunteer, but they also they did also ask me for some help when it came to his media. So.
Yeah.
It's been an honor actually to do a lot of his commercials and to be a part of his campaign.
Okay. Direk, you mentioned earlier that you have been helping already, even before he started running for president. A lot of our viewers and commenters do not know this. So how did that conceptualize before? Kasi ngayon ang iniisip ng mga tao is that ngayon lang because of the presidential campaigning. Can you please share a bit kung paano po kayo na-invite ni Senator Bongbong na to direct him with his ads, with his commercials, even before this presidency, sir?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, we've been doing a lot of this media ever since before, but everything now is on a presidential scale. Everything is big. Every little movement, every little second we produce is going to be talked about because of just the scope, of running for the highest position in the land. There's a magnifying glass, and every little thing he does. I mean, not just with media, but just everything about
Mm.
BBM. It's magnified. So with regards to this, uh, I'm new to it, to be honest with you. Been, I've never done any presidential campaigns before, and so kind of that tension is a little bit new to me. Every little second, every little post that we make is obviously met 50-50. You do have the critics, and of course, you do have the supporters. I would like to think there's been more love than hate out there, so we appreciate that. But again, just like BBM said, in the world of politics, it's going to be love, hate. It's going to just be all sorts of emotions. And as a filmmaker, I actually thrive on that, because,
Mm-mm.
um, I love emotions, I love the drama, I love the action, I love the comedy, and so I'm learning a lot, I'm learning a lot. And through the guidance also of a lot of the people on his team, there are just some experts, there's just some great talent that are also supporting him. I'm able to absorb and learn from them too. And no matter what happens, I come out of this campaign a better person, a better Filipino, more love for my country.
Direct, so it's safe to say that you get the emotions for the ads with regard to the love that has been given.
Tama, tama, yeah. And it starts from the top. Being with BBM, a lot in the last few weeks, months. He doesn't just say he loves the Philippines or the Filipino people. He actually lives it. His heart is authentic, it's genuine, and the passion and the love that he has for this country is, for me, it's just all over the country. It's all over the
Yeah.
place. And as I've been feeling and seeing this up close, if everything works to his favor in May, I feel that the Filipino people and the country, the Philippines, will actually be able to experience and live it for
Yes.
the next 6 years
Okay.
and more.
Direct, you have a following. A lot of people have been following your career ever since it started, and we just want to know why BBM. Do you support him because he's simply family? Syempre, pag family, you have to go there. Or do you really believe in his principles, values, and platform?
Well, definitely it's family first, and I'm proud to be, in his family, related to him, of course, through his wife, my Tita Lisa, and no matter what, Tony and I will be there for them. And then secondly, it's just his love and passion for the Filipino people and for the country. It's genuine, it's authentic, as I mentioned, and he really wants to make this country a better place. He wants to give every Filipino a better life.
Yeah.
Um, it's just unfortunate that that's not what is portrayed, but I think the redemption will come very soon, and I really believe he'll prove all his critics wrong. And by doing that, through the performance that he's gonna give this country, I think he's ready. He's destined for it. He's ripe, and I think the Filipinos and the Philippines will benefit from it. And exciting times, like you said, less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we're pushing. BBM. I was actually with him the other night, and he said, we just continue pushing. Let's
Yeah.
just keep going. We don't stop.
Yeah.
We don't stop.
Yeah. Direct, do you think there is delayed gratification in this campaign for BBM?
Um, I guess we'll be finding out. No, right now the focus really is just making sure that his message is communicated well to the Filipino people. With all the with all the noise, we try to kind of break through that barrier so that his heart is heard, is felt, his passion is seen, and actually we can see that if you look at his social media, if you look at just the rallies that he goes to, he's really a rock star. No, the Filipino people really love him back, and I think that starts off because he really loved them first to begin with, and when you kind of plant love, that's what you get back. And I think that's what the campaign is feeling now. He's very positive. He's always been positive from the start. And if you look at the surveys, if you look at the reaction of the people, everywhere I go, it's BBM. It's BBM. It's amazing. Actually, I'm here in my office now. There was actually literally a line of people waiting outside because they wanted a T-shirt. They wanted some merch. For BBM,
Yeah.
and it's amazing how the people have just embraced him, how the country has just welcomed his presidential bid, and I'm just really happy and blessed to be a small part of it.
Yeah. I agree with you, Direct Paul. You get what you give. So we will learn more about you later when Straight Talk comes back. Stay with us.
Ako po ay kabahagi ng isang alyansa ng mga kandidato ngayong national elections na nananawagan po ng pagkakaisa. Ako po si Sara Duterte. Handa po akong magserbisyo sa ating bayan. Hinihingi ko po ang tulong at suporta ninyo para sa pagka-vice presidente ng ating bansa.
Si Harry Roque pinaglaban ang karapatang Pilipinong mangisda sa sariling karagatan. Malaking tulong po na ibigay niya po sa akin.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Kami pinahirapan ng mga sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Back to Straight Talk. We are still with Director Paul Soriano to talk about his presidential bet, former Senator Bongbong Marcos. Direct, I know earlier we talked about conceptualizing your ads and stuff like that, but let me ask you one hard question, sir. Your family, unfortunately, received a lot of hate and criticism because of who you're endorsing. What keeps you motivated, Direct? Kasi a lot has sprung up, like canceled culture, and you have released statements to that effect. What can you say about that, and how do you cope together with your family, Direct?
Well, because I really believe in the Filipino culture. No, I really believe all that hate is just temporary. I really believe it's rooted with love and passion, and whether we disagree or not, I know that they mean well. And I guess they hate you for the same reasons that they love you. And yeah, it's been tough. I mean, of course, especially with my wife. But we really feel that the noise that is being generated from all things that we're doing is because they're feeling the effects. I mean, we're doing something right. If there's no haters, if there's no bashing, it won't mean anything, right? But at the end of the day, Tony and I, we have a lot to do, so we kind of focus on our mission. We focus on what our heart is telling us, and that's just to continue to support BBM in any way that we can. We really don't mind too much. We really don't pay too much attention to it. We know that the people who are close to us, they love us, our close friends, they support us, and that's what matters to Tony and I.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, also it's BBM and my Tita Lisa. They just continue to also support and make sure that Tony and I are okay. I mean, every time there's bashing or hate for my wife or for myself, BBM calls me first thing in the morning just to check up on me. And he goes, "Oh, are you guys okay?" You know, he even apologizes. You know, and we tell him, "You know what, Tito Bong, no problem. You know, because what we're doing is what we believe in, and we will continue. There's no amount of hate, criticism, or bashing that can change our mind. We believe in you and what you want to do for this country, and how you want to make the Philippines the pearl of the Orient. You know, give it back to its people, and so that the people can actually really live what it is he's saying and preaching to us. So yeah, we just keep going. Tony and I are focused on our mission, and the noise, it's just noise.
Yeah. Direk, as a couple, do you think it made you stronger receiving such bashing? Kasi it's not really easy. You guys are well looked up to. You guys have a following. Your beautiful wife has a lot of followers. And do you think it actually helped you as a couple storming through these criticisms and this cancel culture na biglang lumabas bigla?
No, you're right. I mean, Tony is one of the strongest women that I know, and we kind of rely on each other. You know, when I'm weak, she's strong. When she's weak, I'm strong. We're there for each other, and I think that's what's important. We both believe in the same vision, and you know, a lot. Honestly, I have to give credit, if not a lot, to my son, Savvy. You know, you know, his innocence and his smile distracts us sometimes from the cruelty that's out there. And Savvy just continues to remind Tin and I that we're so blessed, we're so loved, and that's really all that matters to us. So yeah, the bashing, and it's unfortunate, and I know naman at the end of the day that you know, these people who continue to criticize, it's love and passion driven. So I don't want to discredit it. You know, I still will take it. You know, we roll with the punches, and we keep moving forward, because at the end of the day, we know what we're doing is right. We believe in it, and if we're crucified by it, then so be it.
Yeah. Direk, you know, I have to agree with you that the children talaga, it would really comfort you during the times na you are at your lowest. And a lot of our viewers and commenters would appreciate it that you share such human side of you. Kasi whenever people see you on TV, siguro they think na award-winning director, husband of Miss Tony Gonzaga, and now kasama na ng BBM side. Now, sir, please explain to us. Please explain to me also, sir, that what is the unity platform of BBM? Can you discuss the unity that the BBM and Sarah tandem are living by?
Oh, definitely, 100%. I think, and I really feel that what the message of unity is, we need to put, you know, aside maybe some of the past, some of what's happened. We need to focus on today and what's ahead, because that's what we can control. We can't control anymore what happened yesterday or what happened years ago. Let's come together. Let's put aside, you know, some of our differences, and let's come together and just make the country a better place. I think that's what every Filipino wants, naman is that for everyone to have a better life, to have it, to everyone to experience a better Philippines, a world-class Philippines. And you know, the Filipino, me being in the creative industry, we are some of the most talented in the world, and the world needs to finally see that and recognize it. And with a leader like BBM, he will allow that to happen, because if you notice, he's all about positivity. He also puts aside his personal feelings. He also puts aside all that bashing, and what does he respond? He responds with love. He responds with passion. And I think we just need to all do that. And the benefit really is going to be all of us if we just all come together. I think really that's kind of the message of unity, is that, you know, we just all have to come together, and the end product and the solution naman is everybody will experience a better life and you know, a better country. You know? So I think for me, at least, no, being on the ground, talking to people, you know, I think that's what everyone is kind of subscribing to. It's going to be a lifestyle. It's going to be a movement, I really feel, if not already is.
Direk, have you ever felt tempted na to fight back against your criticizers, your bashers, kasi syempre, you cannot control your emotions. Do you think that the positivity that BBM exuded all throughout his campaign have really, embedded into your self and that of your family?
Oh no, 100%. Every time they hit my wife, as a husband, you wanna answer back, you wanna fight back, but you kind of just hold it in. I think some of the lowest moments also was when they started bashing my son.
Oh, shucks.
But BBM leads by example. And that's kind of how we kind of draw our energy and motivation also, because his family, his children have been one of the most bashed, most hated for the last 30 plus years. If he can do it, then we can try to do it. We may not be as strong as him, but at least, we kind of are motivated by his actions, and he doesn't respond. And I'm sure he knows what's out there. So, Tony and I just look at each other and say, look, um, BBM is quiet. He's resilient. He's strong in his silence when it comes to the bashing. So let's just do the same.
Yeah.
Let's just exude positivity. And to everybody that's bashed us and hate on us, on my son, my wife, we just continue to love, because that love that we hopefully exude will one day penetrate them, and hopefully they can just in return give love back.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we focus on. But yeah, of course, there are times, you want to do this and that. But for me, what's important is that my family and my close friends has been nothing but love, and the supporters, and the 50 to 60% that's supporting BBM. There's a lot of love out there.
Yeah, almost nearing 70%, I think. Direct, I just have to ask you one question. I hope you forgive me in advance for asking this, but some viewers are asking, were you guys secured? Were your talents secured because of any money involved?
Oh, definitely not. It's unfortunate again. We living in the fake news society now. But Tony and I are doing it because we believe in and we love our family. That's
Yeah.
what it is. And that's kind of how it started. That's how it will end. And I think that's how it will be for as long as we can. Money does not motivate us. What motivates me at least is making sure that we deliver a narrative that is emotional, that is strong, that the message of BBM is heard, is executed properly, and is aligned with his vision of unity. And that's what's important to us. All those fake news about money, and anybody that knows me, close to me, they know that, and that's what matters to us. So we can also kind of just brush that aside.
Okay. Direct, we're living in a world that has a narrative of fake news. I agree with you fully, 100%. But now, because of your creativity, it has resulted into a lot of ads that people have been talking about, have been emulating. Direct, how is it like directing a Bongbong Marcos and a Sarah Duterte Carpio? Was it fun? Was it intimidating? Were you in any way intimidated because of their statuses? How was it?
Oh, it's definitely intimidating. I mean, you're talking about world leaders here, future world leaders, future world changers. As much as BBM is family to me, there's still, of course, that that side that when I'm with him in meetings, he's very serious. He's very passionate about what he does. So you want to also you want to kind of match his energy. With Mayor Inday Sara, actually, she's just been such a professional. I got to work with her in one of the commercials, and she may not know it, but she has such authority. When she enters a room, you cannot help but feel her presence. She's Mayor Inday Sara, who's just equally brilliant, and I really believe that the tandem is the best one out there. But yeah, directing them, they make it easy for you, naman. I mean, I think they're especially BBM is such a natural when it comes to being in front of the camera. I just say, be yourself, and he speaks from the heart. So a lot of the lines that you see also on the commercials just come from him.
Yeah.
He's very hands-on. Even on the moment, he kind of likes to change the script around here and there, his input, and I like that, because it all comes from his heart. And but yeah, I mean, I can't help but be starstruck also at times. they're rock stars to me.
Yeah. On a lighter side, Direct, marami bang cuts? Marami ba silang mistakes with regard to their, like, sa commercial, di ba? They have to act also at some point. Were there
Yeah.
a lot of, cut, medyo mali po kayo, sir? Ganon. Were there a lot of times na ganon nangyari?
When it's the on-cam spiels, wala, mga 1, 2 takes lang yan. Of course, magsa-safety ako just in case. That's more for technical purposes.
Yeah.
No? Some of the commercials were a little bit technical though, because we were dealing with movement of the windmills and stuff like that. So yeah, we had a little bit of takes. Only it's technical based because of focus and stuff like that. But they're great. I mean, like I said, they're rock stars. They know what they're doing, and I had a great time working with BBM and Mayor Inday in the commercials, and also working with a lot of the Filipino people. I was able to go around the country many times, shooting in different parts of the Philippines. And it just made me realize just what a beautiful country we have, what a beautiful people we have, and what beautiful leaders we're going to have.
Yeah. Before we take a short break, Direct Paul, let me just ask you a question. Have you ever thought of going into politics after this?
No, it's I'm a storyteller at heart. I love the narrative. I love films. I love advertising. I love marketing. Right at this moment in my career, in my life, I would just love to go back to making movies, producing, directing, writing. But I'll support the politicians I believe in. If they want to work with me, I'll always be open naman to that. But yeah, me being in politics, it's I don't know.
Let's hear more from Direct Paul after this break. Stay with us.
PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ang programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Nina Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready ng mamangha at matuwa every Thursday alas 2 ng hapon dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Welcome back to Straight Talk. Positivity, love, and passion. These are the three words that we have heard from Direct Paul Soriano. Direct Paul, we give you the floor into talking to the people who are viewing and listening to this show as to why they should vote for your presidential bet in this upcoming May 9, 2022 elections.
It's just what you said. It's positivity, passion, and love. And I think when you exude that, when a leader can exude those qualities, I think that's exactly what the people who believe in him will as well. And there's nothing like receiving positivity in your life, to be around passionate people, to be around people full of love. Imagine a country full of that. And I think with BBM as our leader, that's definitely one of the direction, if not the direction that he will take and he will lead us to. And I really believe in his vision. I really believe in his heart that he wants the Philippines to really be the best that it can be. He loves the Filipino people, and I've seen that. I've felt it. I mean, we were in Tacloban in one of the rallies, and there was over 100,000 people there waiting for him, and it was raining. You know, instead of him, kind of waiting the rain out, he decided to just go out there and be in that rain with the people. Look at that photos. I think that was just such a presidential moment in his campaign, and just to witness it, it just really shows that he doesn't just say he loves the people. He's actually showing it, and he's actually there with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me, he's really gonna make this country a positive place, and it's gonna be full of love, and hopefully that makes the Philippines shine.
Yeah. Direct Paul, just to interject, I've watched the vlogs of your sister-in-law. I've watched vlogs of your wife, and I've seen this. At least this gives our viewers a human side of Direct Paul Soriano, advocating for passion, love, and peace. So we thank you so much, Direct Paul Soriano, for giving us your time of day. We have learned a lot, and your insights are of great value to all of us, and this should really help the people choose their candidates on May 9. May God bless you, Direct Paul, and may God bless your family.
Thank you, Attorney. Maraming salamat, Straight Talk.
Thank you, mga katribo, for tuning in once again. Watch Straight Talk live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube. I'm Attorney Leah Badillo Crisostomo, and this has been Straight Talk.
Alamin ang latest entertainment at sa mga paborito niyong celebrities kasama si Pocholo Concepcion sa programang WhatsApp. Makibanding at kwentuhan kasama ang mga kilalang personalidad sa entertainment industry. Sama-sama natin silang kilalanin at silipin ang makulay nilang mundo every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Kaya sit back and relax lang kayo, mga katribu. Hanapin at ilike ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Dahil sagot na namin ang masayang kwentuhan dito lang sa WhatsApp. Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapalocal man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ang programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Nina Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready ng mamangha at matuwa every Thursday alas 2 ng hapon dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Hello mga katribu and welcome to another episode of Perfect. I'm Francine Marquez.
And I am Venice Bautista.
And yes, Venice, hello. Matanong ko naman ikaw.
Yes.
Meron ka bang member of the family or do you know someone who works abroad?
Yes, I actually had a few relatives who worked abroad and are still there.
Ah, talaga? Oo. So I suppose parang on my part also, I have some relatives who are also working in different parts of the world. US, Canada, hi sa mga hi sa mga kamag-anak namin. Or kaya nga sabi nila, 'di ba, Filipino world domination kasi we're in whatever country there's always most likely a Filipino working there, no? Mga overseas Filipino workers natin. So,
yeah, so today this is a really important guest because we will be joined by someone from the remittance service, and now he's gonna discuss how they're changing the lives of our OFWs and their families.
yes, and that's why I'm excited today because our OFWs are more than just, our guest today, the company that he represents is more than just a money transferring company. There's more than meets the eye when it comes to their services.
Yeah, so why don't we learn those things directly from the country director of World Remit, Mr. Earl Melivo. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi,
good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, how are
yes.
you?
Such a relevant topic. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Just another day at the office, I guess, or working from home.
Okay.
Most of us still does.
Yes. Earl, can you tell us a little bit more about World Remit, how it started, how long has it been here in the Philippines?
Sure. So World Remit is first and foremost is a digital money transfer company. We operate globally from 50 plus sending countries to 140 plus receive countries. We were established in 2010, so more than a decade, but mainly facilitating transfers digitally. We don't have physical locations on the sending countries, but rather we allow transfers using our proprietary mobile app and our website. So it's a 24/7 service for us, for our Filipino customers.
And what's the expanse of your services? What countries are reached by World Remit? I mean, from the Philippines to where?
Actually, we're mainly sending to the Philippines. As you know, Philippines is mainly a receive market
Yes.
overall. No? We're even ranked fourth amongst the top receiving countries
Oh,
globally.
wow.
And that's how important remittances into the Philippines are. So we operate in 54 sending countries today. That includes the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, where our head office is, in Europe, rest of Europe. We also have transfers within Asia Pacific. So we're pretty much global, where most Filipinos are actually reached by our services.
Are you available in the Middle East also? Do you have a presence there?
We have limited services at the moment in the Middle East. We used to allow transfers from the Middle East, but because of some restrictions on the types of licenses that we can have there, we are still looking at the moment on how to reactivate those services from the Middle East. But hopefully soon, we'll be able to cover that area as well.
Oo, kasi marami rin tayong mga Filipinos doon, mga kababayan, di ba?
Yes,
Tama,
marami.
tama.
So you mentioned an app. So we're gonna send the money through the app. But on the receiving end, will they also need an app for the money to be received by them?
Not necessarily. So we allow transfers to the Philippines through different modes of payout services. So first and foremost, we allow transfers to more than 100 bank accounts, 100 accounts to more than 100 banks in the Philippines. We also transfer instantly to the top mobile wallets in the country.
I see.
We have cash payout even at far-flung areas. We have a total of about 25,000, more than 25,000 cash payout locations to our partners in the Philippines. And we even have airtime top-up. So if someone would like to send airtime or prepaid load to someone in the Philippines, they can do so via WorldRemit as well. But on the receive side, no need for an app. Yeah, they can go straight claim their remittances via cash or via the mobile app or mobile wallets and also bank accounts.
Oo. So I think that's what makes it more efficient, no? Kasi yung mga, di ba yung mga ibang remittance services, you have to go to a particular place, you have to present your
Yeah.
ID, yung mga ganun sa mga physical brick and mortar structures, no? Pero here, wala. You just receive it immediately, right?
Yeah, as I said, one of the options or two of the options is really very convenient, particularly bank transfer. So if I have a bank account, I can receive it. I can receive a remittance from via World Remit almost in just a few minutes or instantly, actually. If I have a mobile wallet, we have 5 mobile wallet services at the moment. You can easily receive those remittances through your mobile wallet. So it's that convenient. And although we still have cash payout locations, we have very good partners that continue that service, especially in the rural side. You can receive remittances 24/7 essentially, because yeah, we transfer to any bank account and also to any mobile wallets in the Philippines.
Wow, so it's really accessible for everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
How long does it take for the money to arrive through World Remit? Meron bang mga turnaround time yan?
More than 90% of our transfers are made available in just a few minutes, or instantly in most cases. So if someone, say, based in Australia would like to send to his beneficiary in the Philippines, as soon as they click send, the remittance is actually almost instantly received by the recipient, especially if it's sent to a bank account or mobile wallet. For cash, obviously, it depends on the operating hours of our payout partners. So if you go to a pawn shop, for example, as long as it's open and the remittance is available for pickup, you can really get the remittance. You just need to present, obviously, of valid ID and also your details plus the reference number.
So aside from banks, Earl, pwede ka rin pa-receive through e-wallets, no? Not just
Yes,
banks.
absolutely. We
Okay.
cater to the top 5 wallet services in the Philippines.
Okay, that's good to know.
Quick and efficient.
Oo.
Yes, but
Yes.
let's talk about security. How safe is World Remit?
Safety is at the very core of our company's existence. We built our proprietary platforms, our own website, and an app, and made it secure enough to facilitate transfers, and also to be transparent in those transfers. When you're a sender, say in the U.S., for example, you can even track where your money is or the status of your remittance in real time. So if you wanna send money now, say you're sending to a leading bank account, you'll see in there the status that it's already credited in just in minutes. And if there are any hold up, say for example because of compliance checks by our partners, you can easily contact World Remit. So it's 100% safe way to send money to the Philippines. And we've been in the business for more than 10 years. And that is a testament. And we're serving more than millions of customers globally, not just in the Philippines. So by the mere fact that we have that amount of customers gathered in just a decade of providing service, that's a testament of how safe we are and how convenient we are as a service for our customers.
Oh, you said we can contact World Remit if we have certain concerns. How does this go? Do you have a hotline or we just go online to air our concerns?
You can do it via our website. You can also reach via our hotline numbers wherever you are abroad, for example, or where you're sending from. So we do have contact details available and live agents actually to take on whatever queries you have, especially regarding a transaction.
Yeah, especially since, di ba, when you talk about money, medyo emotional issue yan sa mga tao,
Yes.
di ba?
Yes.
So, you'd rather talk to a live person than a chatbot, di ba?
Yes, yes. In fact, just a fun fact about World Remit in the Philippines. We house our Philippine office based in Cebu. We house the most number of employees, and most of them are customer contact executive. So that's how much important we value or how much we put value into customer service.
Yes, oo. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, 'di ba? Parang we're basically still in quarantine and you don't know who to
Yes.
talk to. So talagang very important ang customer journey,
Yes.
especially in the
Indeed.
digital e-commerce, no, digital world. Yeah. We're just getting started, mga katribu, but before we continue talking to Earl some more about the services that we can avail of, we'll take a short break. Perfect will be back.
Sa lang tayong lahat, isang Pilipino na magiting at masipag. Yan po ang Pilipinas sa unit team na pagkakaisa.
Fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ang programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Nina Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready ng mamangha at matuwa every Thursday.
Welcome back to Perfect. Still with us is World Remit's country director Earl Melivo. So, sir, do you offer other financial services besides remittance or the transferring of money?
We mainly currently focus on money transfer money transfer services because that's the core of our business. So we tend to focus on that, and we've been very focused on that for the past 10 years. However, that doesn't stop us from offering relevant services as well, or at least partnerships with various companies, not just in the Philippines, but globally. So hopefully we'll be able to provide more services outside of remittances very soon.
In terms of branding naman, what sets World Remit apart from its competitors?
Well, first and foremost, we're purely digital. So we don't have the inefficiencies of offline remittance services. We operate 24 by 7 in the countries where we're registered at, and we allow transfers from. We facilitate transfers to more than 140 plus receive countries, including the Philippines. And as I said, it's a 24/7 service. We don't really sleep at all when it comes to offering the services to our valued customers, both here and abroad.
Walang opening and closing time.
Yes, oo. Doesn't rely on yung transfers don't rely on the banking hours.
Yes, and if I may add, no, digital remittance companies like us are able to really bring down the overall cost of sending money to the Philippines or to receiving countries globally. Probably 5-6 years ago, I've been in the business for more than a decade, and I saw how much. I used to be a recipient of remittances from abroad when my mother used to work abroad as well. So I know how much money it takes away from recipients because of sending money in a costly way. But because of the emergence of remittance digital money transfer companies like World Remit, we're able to bring down the overall cost to the Philippines. Now you can send remittances for free, even for free at many instances because of the promotions, and also um, probably less than $5, or our starting price point normally is around $1.99, for example, versus what 5 6 years ago, or even a traditional player charging you 10 more than $10 per transaction. So uh, the savings that we're providing to our customers is really one of the unique propositions that we provide globally, and not just in the Philippines.
Ang laking tulong, no?
Oo.
Yeah.
Ano,
Yes,
meron lang akong
absolutely.
random question. Let's go take the track of the digital banking. What about cryptocurrency? Is that something that that could be considered in the future for World Remit?
Cryptocurrencies are basically digital assets.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so these are digital assets where you can transfer value from one person to another. They don't use the traditional banking rails. It's basically decentralized way of finance and other applications. In relation to remittances, I think it is already here. There are companies who are somehow dipping into that space already. Um, but money transfers like World Remit, although we are digital in nature, we're very much careful and cautious about how we deal with cryptocurrencies, because we are highly regulated company. So, and most central banks are not yet prepared or ready for it. And so we're taking our time in um, uh, uh, offering such services. But I don't. I think it's just a matter of time,
Yeah.
to be honest, and how comfortable we would be
Yes.
in the future,
Yeah.
including our regulators.
Oo nga eh. So I guess the twain shall eventually meet, di ba?
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Yes.
Oo.
And of course, when money is involved, the customers have a lot of questions and they need frequent assistance. So how do you think, or did you see, witness for yourself, the evolving of the customer service during the pandemic? How has it been like?
The good thing about World Remit being digital since the beginning of the company, we've been doing this for more than 10 years. So there isn't much change on how we interact with our customers. And that includes obviously them contacting us. So we've been able to let them contact us via email or live chat, or through our other means. No? But I mean through our hotline. That didn't change even during this pandemic. What actually changed is the way they actually prefer that their remittances be received. During the
Okay.
pandemic, especially at the onset, early 2020, we've been seeing more and more customers sending to digital means of receiving remittances from abroad. As I've shared earlier, these are transfers to bank accounts and mobile wallets. But cash is still king in the Philippines, if I would generalize it. But it's already changing. People have now realized how convenient it is, particularly overseas Filipino recipients here in the Philippines, how convenient it is for them to receive funds even while they sleep, right? They don't even need to go to a physical shop to receive their remittances, unlike what 6 7 years ago, where it is predominantly paid out in cash. So that the behavior really changed by more on the receiving side. But I must also highlight though that because of the pandemic and the restrictions in many of the host countries, we also saw that senders who used to send offline, these are people who physically visited a remittance agent abroad. No? They are now sending online. So we were ready, I guess. One of the very few positive effects of this pandemic is it accelerated digital adoption to digital services like Tribune.
Okay. So what about what about the far-flung areas where they say that maybe connectivity isn't that great? How are you trying to how is World Remit addressing that? I mean, uh, are there particular are you do you tie up with physical centers as well so that these people can receive remittances from their loved ones abroad? How do you try to merge that together?
Well, that's a good question, and as I've shared earlier, we still have or maintain 25,000 more than 25,000 cash payout locations through our
Okay.
partners in the Philippines.
Yes.
We saw we still continue to see the importance of cash payouts because of this particular reason. Not everyone has mobile wallet, not yet at least.
Yes.
Yes.
Not everyone has good connectivity over the internet. Not all banks cover the 7,000 plus islands that we have in the Philippines. So in those far-flung areas, cash is still very much relevant, and so we maintain our current pool of cash payout partners in the Philippines, and more than 25,000 of them.
Parang it's also like an advocacy, ano? Kasi parang the point is dogged determination to bring the money to the recipients no matter what through World Remit.
Correct, correct. And just to highlight, this is possible through the partnerships that we have established in the Philippines. We continue to grow as a company, not just by volume, but also in the number of partners that we have and also the quality of the partners that we have. This wouldn't really be possible if we don't have these types or our current partners to help us facilitate those transfers.
Yes, it's good to know that there is a company that our kababayans can truly depend on in the rapid growth of the digital world. So we'll know more about ProRemit and also about you, Sir Earl, when Perfect returns. Stay with us.
PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Ang asawa ko po ay kameraman na kasama sa lapas lang sa Maguindanao Massacre. Si Attorney Harry Roque, hindi po niya kami nakakalimutan.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Si Harry Roque pinaglaban ang karapatang Pilipinong mangisda sa sariling karagatan. Malaking tulong po na ibigay niya po sa akin eh.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Hello, and we're back. You're still watching Perfect. Before the break, Earl was telling us about the role of digitization, played in World Remit's performance. And of course, we know that it's really the remittances from our OFW that really made our economy move around,
Yes.
especially during the pandemic. No? It kept the economy really robust and dynamic. So, Earl, now we'd like to know, what about the generation who aren't exactly tech savvy? How easy is the app? So you just download it, and what are the easy characteristics of the World Remit app? Why is it so accessible to everyone?
Well, first and foremost, it's available via Google Play Store and Apple Store. You know? So I mean, you can download it as a mobile app, or you can access the website. As long as we allow transfers from the send country where you're at, you can actually easily register. It's just a few steps of registering online, and just a few clicks of a button or a few tap here and there using our app. Even a what third grader can actually do it. But obviously, we don't allow transfers for adults. No? So, but nonetheless, it's very much convenient. You can download it using your mobile app and using your mobile phone rather, and you can conveniently send and register and send anytime. So it's fairly easy to use.
Frequently asked question, what papers do you need? Do you need an ID, some sort of a proof of your existence, that you're a bona fide person? What does one need?
Well, first and foremost, you need to have a valid ID for you to register with us. We do our electronic KYC process, know your customer process, essentially, based on regulations of the send countries we operate in. So we do the electronic checking of you. You just need to provide your details and also a valid ID. It's that easy.
Okay, okay.
And so
Glad
Earl,
to know.
you said you've been in this business for a really long time. So what do you think is one financial advice that you want people to know, especially for the young people who are reluctant on investing or getting some kind of insurance? Yeah.
Or maybe those who are, what does one need to know when you're getting into remittances, right?
Yes.
Should you give all?
That's a great question. And as we all know, there have been a lot of overseas Filipinos when they return home. They basically are still in need of going back, which means they haven't saved a lot. So probably as a first step, I'd say if you're an overseas Filipino, you keep some to yourself. Save some for the future and not just send everything that you earn. That's one. I think that you have to prepare for a future wherein you'd like to when you go back home, you retire or spend some money, invest on something else that you'd like, or put up a business that can be a longer term goal for you and your loved ones. That's my first tip. So save some for you and for the future. Secondly, being in the remittance space, obviously, try services like WorldRemit because we do provide less cost in sending money to the Philippines overall. You get a lot of savings by sending through digital money transfer companies or services like WorldRemit offers. So, for example, if you save $3-4 a month or twice a month, that's $8-10 a month. That's what, roughly more than $100 in a year. So that's equivalent to what, 5,000 pesos in a year savings. So that's my second tip. Use digital money transfers like WorldRemit that offers great value, not just for you, but also for your recipients. Thirdly, probably for the recipients, the other side of the coin obviously is when someone sends you money, don't spend it all. Save some as well for you and for those obviously who are sacrificing themselves whilst they are away to sustain you. Although in reality, this doesn't really apply to most of us, to all of us rather, because there are still some who still lack level of income because of rising expenses. But nonetheless, if you can save some, you can probably reap the benefits of it in the future.
Wow, those are great advice, na mga golden nuggets of wisdom from Earl. Financial wisdom. Yeah. Now, Earl, we've been talking about World Remit for the past 30 minutes or so, but now we want to learn more about you. So today we prepared just a light play called Would You Rather, where we give you two scenarios, but you only need to pick one. Are you game?
Oh.
Okay, so first question, I'll be the one to ask it. Would you rather give or receive?
Give.
Okay.
Would you rather travel the world by a plane or a cruise ship?
Plane. It's efficient.
Yes. Would you rather be paying with cash or e-wallet?
Nowadays, e-wallets.
Ah, okay. Of course, of course.
Eto, very humanitarian ng atake.
Sige.
Achieve world peace or eradicate world hunger?
That's a tough one.
Hmm.
Achieve world peace.
Ah,
Because you can do a lot more afterwards.
Yes, that's true.
and I think in a sense, that's what World Remit is doing.
Yes.
Padala mo na. Something like that.
Actually, it's actually both for us because we enable transfers and we try to eradicate
Yes,
hunger
yes.
as well.
Yes,
We
exactly.
uplift the economy.
Yeah.
Not just our country, but of course, specifically the families who benefit from it. Ano?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, segue question. Are there CSR activities within World Remit in the Philippines?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that question because
Kasi world
I'd
peace
like to
tayo.
share- yeah, we do have regular promotions in the Philippines, to the Philippines, particularly for recipients. So we have the Back to School campaign every Christmas as well. But we recently concluded one of the meaningful ways on how we further contribute to our Filipino customers. We partnered with Banco de Oro, wherein we gave away livelihood packages. So when you send to, well, the promo already ended, but when you send to video accounts, we picked winners, two of them, and we gave away a Grain Smart Bigasan package.
Oh, that's good.
It's a livelihood package to basically help the recipients be be more independent, financially independent. So yeah, we gave away these livelihood packages. This is actually the second iteration of this program. Last year we did it globally to the Philippines. So we gave away multiple livelihood packages as well, and we will likely continue to be doing this. 2 years ago, we actually gave away free tablets for Philippine recipients because we saw during the pandemic that it's more online rather than face to face, right? So we also did that about a couple of years ago. So we continue to promote the service not just through our usual ways, but also we try to endeavor into meaningful ways on how we can actually further help our recipients. And obviously,
it's beautiful. Talk about being a socially responsible company.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, to highlight the mere fact that we are offering one of the lowest or cost-efficient ways to send money, we're already helping our customers. As we create more value for them, the less we charge them, obviously, the higher the amount that they should be able to send to their loved ones back home.
Agree.
Okay.
Back to the game,
Go
Venice.
back to the game. Okay. Retire in your home country or abroad?
Retire in my home country.
Okay. Would you rather save money or invest money?
Invest.
Oh, okay.
Create value for the future.
Keep it growing.
Okay. Spend your rest days indoors or outdoors?
That's a tough one because I love beaches, but probably indoors because my family.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you rather spend your money by shopping or traveling? I guess we
Traveling.
know the answer. Yes, traveling. You just said beaches, no? Oh, that was a good one.
Yes.
Thank you, Earl, for joining us today and letting us know more about World Remit. We really learned a lot, no?
Especially finance.
Yes, plus the financial advice that you gave earlier. But before we let you go, can you give us some parting shots for our dear Katribo viewers?
Hi, mga Katribu viewers. No? Thank you very much for this opportunity again. And yeah, we would like to help you facilitate sending and receiving money you can try out our services. We have a current promotion that we call 3 free. So when someone abroad would like to send money to the Philippines, we will be waiving the first 3 transfers, the fees for your first 3 transfers. You just need to input the promo code 3 free. That's number 3, FREE, when signing up via WorldRemit and sending your first transfer. So yeah, we will continue 24/7 providing you with our services, because we know how much you value you value supporting your families back home, and also how much important it is to receive these remittances in time. So yeah, thank you again for this opportunity.
Oo, at saka ang galing naman ng incentive na yan, Erla.
Oo nga, nakakatulong talaga ng malaki for our kababayans.
yes.
So thank you once again, Earl, for being with us today. Good luck, stay safe, and I hope you bless more Filipinos.
Yes.
Ingat palagi. Maraming salamat.
Salamat. And of course, thank you mga katribu for tuning in. Watch Perfect Live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube. I'm Francine.
And I'm Venice. And this has been Perfect.
Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng yan mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Magandang hapon po mga katribu and welcome to Kalingang Katribu. Ito po si Cory Quirino. Siya nga pala, Happy Earth Day mga kababayan. Ano kaya ang ibig sabihin ng Earth Day? At ano ang dapat natin gawin upang tulungan ang ating Mother Earth? Kasama po natin ngayon ang Municipal Agriculturist ng Silang, Cavite ng Department of Agriculture, si Day Poblete. Hi, Day!
Hello, good morning po sa inyong lahat. Happy Earth Day!
Yun. Day, alam ko na may patakaran naman ng Department of Agriculture. Yes, dahil sa Earth Day, ano ang mga programs and policies ng gobyerno ngayon?
Most of the time, ang celebration po ng ating Earth Day ay through tree planting. So alam po naman natin ngayon na nagkakaroon na ng denudation, and that's why kaya nga po nagkakaroon ng mga floods. Dahil po sa kakulangan natin sa mga puno na talaga namang ngayon po ang ating mga forest ay nade-denude na. Kaya po ang number 1 po na ginagawa nating activity ng Earth Day is tree planting. And this is coordinated with other government agencies and other private agencies, institutions.
Alam po ninyo, mga kaibigan, napaka-alarming, quote-unquote talagang alarming na ang forest cover ng Pilipinas dahil po, base sa mga statistics, noong 1953, 68% po ang forest cover ng Pilipinas. Ngayon, bumaba na sa mga humigit kumulang sa 18%. What does that mean, they, as an agriculturist?
Siyempre po, isa itong malaking threat, lalo na nga po ngayon may climate change tayo. Bakit ba tayo nakakaranas ng iba-ibang klase ng panahon? Just like po ngayon, dapat talagang summer, pero lalo dito sa bayan sila nakaka-experience na po tayo ng mga pag-ulan. Na hindi lang po basta ulan, talagang malalakas na ulan. And pagka naman po tag-ulan, nagiging tag-init. So, isa po yun sa isang dahilan na nangyayari dahil napuputos na nga po ang ating mga puso. Kaya po kami sa Municipal Agriculture Office, we are trying our best to encourage po yung mga tao na talagang magtanim. Hindi lang naman actually yung mga forest trees, kundi yung mga fruit trees na at the same time, magiging kapaki-pakinabang pagdating sa kabuhayan, at the same time, makakatulong pa po tayo sa ating kapaligiran.
Okay, mabuti binanggit nyo, no? Anong klaseng puno ang dapat natin itanim? Sabi nyo, may fruit trees, at saka maliban pa sa mga forest trees, right? So,
ang katulad po dito sa silang, ang ating tinatanim na fruit trees ay guiabano, lanzones, rambutan, na kung saan po yung mangga, na kung saan ang kanilang root system is malawak. Nakaka-hold sila ng lupa to prevent erosion. And at the same time, pagka yung tag-ulan, talagang maho-hold yung tubig, hindi po siya bababa.
Okay, so fruit trees tulad ng mangga.
Yeah.
Kasi malaki at
malawang,
ang kanyang mga ugat. Okay, tapos sinabi nyo, rambutan.
Rambutan, guiabano,
lanzones,
yes.
sabi nyo. At ano?
And actually po, sa ngayon, marami na rin po tayo dito mga durian.
Durian. Yung kung binanggit nyo, parang pinakapaboritong prutas ko.
Yes.
Actually,
yes, of course. Doon po sa nating farm na integrated farm din namin kay Colonel Parasa. Doon kayo siguro po ngayon may mga maliliit na siyang bunga at demonyo.
Ayun, dapat nandito ako pag harvest time.
Month of August, October yan.
Oh, perfect birthday month ko pa naman. Yan ang pinakamagandang birthday celebration.
You're welcome to visit us.
Harvest time today. Ha? Okay, Dave, bilang isang agriculturist, ano kaya ang dapat malaman ng ating mga kababayan tungkol sa kanilang tungkulin na pangalagaan ng mabuti ang ating kalikasan?
Yun na nga po. Isang bagay lang na nakakalungkot po sa nangyayari sa atin dahil nga po sa industrialization, hindi naiiwasan yung development ng isang bayan. Kaya po, miski po dito sa aming bayan ng Silang, lagi ko pong sinasuggest sa local government unit natin na if ever na it will be turned into housing, magkaroon po kami ng batas na kung saan po hindi nila lahat tatayuan ng panay-bahayan, kundi magkaroon ng certain portion of the area na tatanim po ng mga puno. And develop it into parks na kung saan po ay maging yung mga maninirahan ay maging maganda po yung kapaligiran ng environment na ginagalawan nila.
Ito ba ang policy ngayon or present policy at program of government ni Mayor Cory Poblete?
Actually po, ang number 1 po ngayon na talagang programa ng ating local government is toward agritourism. Kasi nga po, bilang ang Silang Cavite, bilang agricultural town, although nakikita naman natin malaki na ang pagbabago at development sa ating bayan, gusto natin ma-maintain kung ano ba yung kapaligiran natin dito, na kung saan yung lalo na yung mga retirees, yung mga nature lover, hindi po nila makakalimutang puntahan ng sila. So in agritourism, ipopromote po natin yung ating agrikultura at the same time yung pong ating mga produkto dito para po maipakita na ang bayan ng Silang ay sagana, lalo na po pagdating sa food production.
Ayun. Ayan, dinala nyo kami kanina sa pineapple farm at saka sa cacao at coffee farms, right? Meron isang pineapple na hindi nyo pinipitas. Ang ganda ng mga pineapple. Yun. Gusto ko sanang pitasin pero hindi pa hinog. So yung nakikita natin dyan ng mga corona, lalabas yung mga iba't ibang pineapple.
Actually po, yung ibang corona yan, yun po yung tinatawag natin pineapple slip. Yun po yung itatanim ulit.
Ayun.
Siya yung pananim.
So isa lang ang
sa bawat isang puno, isang pinya lang po ang makukuha natin yan. Pero pagka po siya nagmamature na, nagkakaroon po siya ng mga suwe na kung saan yan din po ang source ng ating planting material.
Ayun. Nature really provides,
Yes.
no? Okay, so alam ko na meron po kayong mga byproducts ng mga produce ng pineapple, coffee, and cacao
Yes
plantations
po.
dito sa Silang.
Pangalan. Pero ang naka-display po doon ay panay produkto ng bayan ng Silang.
Okay. O balik tayo dyan sa picture ng 7-in-1 pineapple na sabi nyo ay pampaswerte yan. Na
Opo.
hindi nyo pinipitas yan.
Kasi po, alam niyo naman ng mga Chinese, mahilig kaya mapaniwala sa mga ganyan. Pagka po New Year, talagang yan ay nabebenta ng mga farmers sa medyo mataas na halaga dahil yan po ang hinahanap ng mga Chinese, lalo sa kanila during Chinese New Year.
Oo nga.
Pero yun po, sa totoo lang, that is abnormalities ng halaman.
Pero ang ganda niya,
Yes,
talagang corona. Ang ganda. Okay, so meron po kayong mga products byproducts ng pineapple. Paano naman yung cacao at coffee?
Ang kakao po, meron po tayong silang Cacao Growers Association. Mayroon na po silang produkto na yung ating tinatawag na tableya, yung ginagawang hot chocolate. Meron na rin po silang mga pang gamit sa pagbe-bake. So yun po, at sa katunayan nga po, meron na rin silang mga equipments na through the Department of Agriculture sa Region 4A, mga interventions ng mga machinery and equipment. So and right now po, marami tayong area na na-develop to cow farm. Kasi naman dito po sa bayan ng Silang, talagang multiple cropping system ang sinusunod. Sa isang hektarya, 5 to 7 kinds of crops na pwede po natin itanim para po ma-maximize yung gamit ng ating.
Kaya pala, nakita ko yung mga papaya trees.
Opo.
Nasa gitna ng mga
Naka-intercrop.
Intercrop.
Yes. Meron po tayong doon saging, papaya, pinya, coconut, cacao.
And that's the way to farm.
Yes. Okay. Dito po talaga nakilala sa Silang ang multiple cropping system.
So ano kayang magiging tips nyo para sa mga first time would-be farmers?
Talagang kung interesado sila, they can go to our office. Pwede po namin silang matulungan para po paano i-develop yung farm. At saka sa ngayon naman po, hindi na kulang yung information na makikita natin through YouTube. Matututo po sila. Pero siyempre, iba po yung actual na mararanasan nila. And meron po marami po kasama ako sa Municipal Agriculture Office na willing na talagang mag-assist po sa ating mga farmers and would-be farmers para ma-develop yung ating.
So ito po ay free consultation?
Yes, of course.
Okay, narinig nyo mga katribo. Huwag kayong basta-basta bumili ng farm tapos magtatanim na kayo. May siyensya yun.
Yes, po. And siyempre, mas more on tayo sa organic farming. Yun ang talagang number 1 na gusto namin i-promote dito sa bayan ng Silang. Na yung organic farming, yung talagang mas maganda, hindi lang sa kapaligiran, kundi sa ating pangangatawan, sa kalusugan.
Tama, eto na, binanggit na niya yung kalusugan natin, mga katribo. Hanggat maaari yung pagkain po natin ay dapat organic, pesticide-free.
And we can teach them how to prepare organic fertilizer, mga concoctions na kung saan po ay para lalo na pag po sa vegetable production. Kasi alam naman natin, mga nabibili natin sa palengke, hindi tayo makakasigurado na safe yan. Na walang mga pesticide o insecticide. So through integrated pest management, naka-incorporate na doon, paano namin sila tuturuan ng paggagawa ng mga different concoction out of different plants, yung mga leaves, yung mga vegetable refuse na kailangan po natin magawa ng organic fertilizer.
Oo. Di ba nakilala kita doon sa first horticulture convention, assembly na ginanap sa Arid and Amoys. Ayan, ipapakita natin yan yung footage doon. Ano ka? More than 400.
Yes.
Ornamental
Because actually, we have
growers.
almost 2,000 members of ornamental growers. Sa federation po, we have 18 barangays, member po ng Federation of Ornamental Growers ng Cebu.
Bakit ang dami nila? At bakit karamihan sa mga ornamental farm growers ay nandito sa sila?
Actually po, talagang nakagisnan na rin po namin ng ornamental growth dito po sa bayan ng Silang. Maliit pa po akong bata, yung lola ko pa, talaga pong kumikita na siya sa paghahalaman. Kasi actually naman, hindi po ba ang Silang ay daan papuntang Tagaytay.
Yes.
Although that time, hindi naman napopromote ang bayan ng Silang dahil laging Tagaytay. Pero yung pong mga paninda sa Tagaytay, mga prutas man yan o mga halaman, galing po yun sa bayan.
Ayun. Okay. So, eto na. Yung mga tips para sa ating mga katribo. Yung mga walang farm na pwede nilang magbigay ng isang tribute sa Mother Earth. What is the one thing you can suggest for us to do at home?
At least yun po ng ating paligid, kahit maliit lang ang ating space. Pwede nating magtanim. Meron po tayong urban gardening, container gardening, and kahit nga po sa mga paso o sa mga paso, pwede tayong magtanim ng fruit trees. Pwede po siyang tumubo doon, pwede siyang mamunga. Yung lang nga po, syempre, with the right proper care and management. Yun lang po. Kasi marami na rin po dito sa atin, marami nag-establish yan ng mga rooftop gardening.
Kayo po ba ay sang-ayon sa advice, sa payo na kung bibili tayo ng prutas sa palengke at kakainin natin ang prutas, let's say, mangga, huwag mo daw itapon yung seed ng mangga.
Yes.
Pwedeng itanim.
Yes, pwede po siyang itanim. Yes. Yung from seeds, pwede po natin siyang itanim. At yun naman po ang halaman, bubungat po.
Yan. At kung wala tayong space sa garden mismo, ayan, lumapit po kayo sa parish church nyo. O kaya sa eskwelahan dyan.
Yes, pwede po sila magtanim doon. At ang mga eskwelahan naman po ngayon, talagang pinopromote na rin nila yung mga urban gardening and container gardening.
Ayun. Okay. Now, yung mga produkto na ini-encourage nyo, di ba, sa Department of Agriculture, lalong-lalo niya sa opisina nyo.
Yes,
napaka-basic na kayo, alam ko. So, ini-encourage nyo lahat ng mga farmers na gumawa ng mga byproducts ng kanilang
Of course.
produce.
Kaya nga po, meron kami mga association ng different commodities natin. Meron tayong Cacao Growers Association, Pineapple Association, Banana Growers Association, maski rice and corn. Kasi lahat po ng mga produkto na itinatanim dito, meron po kami 18 as different associations as of now.
18 and growing?
Yes. Kasi nga po, yun ang aming purpose para matutukan nila kung ano ba yung mga tanim nila, yun ang mas ma-develop nila. At matulungan namin sila through the interventions naman po ng local government at saka ng ating Department of Agriculture and the national level.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add, Dave? maybe imbitahin nyo yung ating mga katribo.
Mga katribo, talaga pong inaanyayahan po namin kayo dito sa bayan ng Silang. Bisitahin niyo po ang aming bayan, hindi po kayo mabibito, marami po kayong makikita. Talaga naman, pagdating lang sa halaman lang po, talagang masisiyahan na po kayo. At marami na rin po tayo mga coffee shop and restaurant. Meron tayong mga farm-to-table restaurant at nag-o-offer din sila ng mga organic product. Kasi nga po, yan talaga ngayon ang in. Yung mga cafe, kahit sa malalayong lugar, di ba dinadayo yan kahit sa matalimtig na po.
Sige, Dave. Teka, ituloy natin yan, ha? Abangan po natin ang listahan ni Dave Oblete kung saan po kayo pwede magpa-fiesta dito sa Silang Cavite. Huwag po kayong aalis, mga katribo.
Isa lang tayong lahat, isang Pilipino na magiting at masipag. Yan po ang Pilipinas sa unit team na pagkakaisa.
PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Kaming pinahirapan ng mga sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Ang asawa ko po ay kameraman na kasama sa lapas lang sa Maguindanao Massacre. Si Attorney Harry Roque, hindi po niya kami nakakalimutan.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Welcome back mga katribo. Ito na, yung coffee galing sa Silang. Ano ito?
Actually, ito po ay product ng isa nating farmer cooperator. Na kung saan po talaga ang kanilang nanuno ay nagtatanim po ng kape. Kaya one of the original na planter ng coffee dito po sa bayan.
So ilang generation na yan?
I think that is fourth generation.
My goodness, how impressive. Kape ni Tatay, pure Robusta.
And actually po, kaya mayroon siyang iba-ibang kulay. Mayroon po siyang ito, yung blended, and iba-iba pong flavor.
Ah, okay.
Yes, may mocha flavor. Mocha flavor. This is pure blend of Robusta and Excelsa. Ito pa po ang ating pure Liberica in Barako.
So anong pinakamabenta ko? Lahat?
Lahat po actually, na marami na rin po ang nagdadala. Alam niyo naman tayo sa mga balikbayan, ipopromote natin yan. So nadadala po nila sa ibang bansa.
Oh, ito?
Yes.
Okay, so saan mabibili ito?
No po, sa ating farmer cooperator sa Pookdo, si Cheris Rosario Vilanide.
So kailangan pumunta doon sa
yes
farmer.
Po, and they can contact there through us. Pwede po namin silang samahan.
Okay, so ayan mga katrigo, if you're interested, malay natin, baka meron exporter dito, nakikinig at nanonood sa atin. I-contact nyo lang si Dave Poblete ng Department of Agriculture ng Silang Cavite. Andyan po ang kanyang mga detalye. Yan, ilagay natin dyan. Right? So, maliban pa sa coffee, meron din cacao at pineapple.
Yes po. Meron din tayong mga pineapple pie. At nga po, yung sa cacao naman, meron na tayong tableya na napakasarap po talaga na yung talagang thick and hot eating.
Masarap talaga ang tablea dahil po, ito po ang ating wellness trivia ngayon hapon na ito, na ang chocolate, especially dark chocolate, is very high in antioxidants. At siyang makakatulong po yan sa ating pagpapalakas ng immune system. Not only that, chocolate, especially dark chocolate, ay tinatawag na brain food. Yan ang feel-good food. At saka yan ang feeling ng mga taong na pumipisita dito sa Sina. It's a feel-good bayan. Yung sa darating na eleksyon, hindi siguro magbabago ang policies ng Department of Agriculture.
Hindi po.
Diba? Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang programa.
Kasi naman po ang ating mga programa in line with the national program na dinadala po dito sa local government unit na kami naman po yung nagpapatupad. Nadadagdagan lang po yan pagka mayroong ibang mga programa na pwede ipasok ang ating local government unit. So yun po, kumbaga continuous. Hindi po natin kung nagbago man ang ating gobyerno in the national level, hindi po nababago. Napabago lang yung pangalan ng programa but it's just the same.
Kasi during the Arid and Aroid organized horticulturist convention, assembly, nakilala ko si Mayor Omil Poblete, no? At siya po ay nagbigay, nangako siya, no? Na isang
and actually, before pa naman po, tumigilan naman siya for 3 years. Talagang yung suporta nila sa atin sa mga magsasaka, palagi pong naandun. Talagang lagi nilang suportado ang aming departamento sa lahat na po ng mga programa na pinopromote namin at yung para makatulong po sa ating mga constituents.
Nabuti naman. Anong masasabi niyo sa bagong titulo ng Silang Cavite, the Garden Capital of the South?
Yes.
Congratulations!
Thank you po. Maraming salamat po at inaasahan po namin na sa pamamagitan ng inyong programa ay talagang mas marami pa ang magiging bisita ng bayan. And you are most welcome.
Ay, yes, thank you. At kami ay babalik dito po sa Silang Cavite dahil it's not only green, it's also a very healthy place and it's a fun place.
Yes.
Yeah. Masarap ang pagkain dito. Magaganda yung mga ornamentals din dito. Your last words, any words of advice before we go?
Okay. Sa lahat po ng ating mga manonood at nakikinig, patuloy po namin kayong inaanyayahan para po bisitahin ng aming bayan ng Silang. Talaga naman through the years, nakita natin yung paglago ng ekonomiya, yung mga pagbabago ng ganap, na patuloy na rin naman nagaganap sa ngayon at na I can assure you na ang bayan po ng Silang ay isang tahimik na bayan. Na if you want to stay here, dito po kayo tumira, talagang yung peace of mind. Hindi po mararanasan dito, lalo na nga po talaga naman bilang isang agricultural town, but not exactly. Nakakita naman natin yung mga development na nangyayari dito. Balanse po. Balanse ang aming bayan. Development, agriculture. So, makikita niyo po na talagang ang bayan ng Silang ay isa sa pinakamagandang bayan na pwede niyo po mapuntahan, mabisita, or if ever ay kung magugustuhan niyo po to stay here and live.
Yan ang gusto natin. So, para sa mga naghahanap pa ng lupa, you can help them find.
Yeah. But they should turn it into a farm.
Yes. Okay, marami pong salamat sa ating special guest ngayon, ating special Earth Day guest, si Day Poblete.
Salamat po for giving me the chance, and you're always welcome dito po sa bayan ng Silang.
I feel very welcome really here. Mga katribo, napaka-welcome na welcome ang feeling ko dito sa Silang, Cavite. Yan po ang ating Earth Day episode. Stay safe, everyone. Be healthy, be happy, but more importantly, tribute to Mother Earth. Plant a tree today. God bless.
Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Cue. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito niyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there, mga katribu! Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Venice Bautista, and welcome to another edition of Kalingang Katribu Usapang Business. So our guest for today is the co-owner of a milk tea and coffee enterprise that's really gaining attention in the industry. And what's more impressive is that they're just new in the market, kaya naman nakaka-impress na nakakailang branches na sila agad. So let's learn how they achieve this success through the co-owner of the Tea and Coffee, Mr. Paolo Calalang. Hello, good afternoon po.
Hi, Miss Venice.
Hello, good
Hi,
afternoon. Mukhang busy kayo on the way to
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm at the road right now, heading to another meeting. But yeah, inulan natin tong guesting.
Okay, so tell us first and foremost about Master Tea and Coffee. When was this established and bakit ito po yung napili ninyo na business venture?
The Master Tea and Coffee started 2019, no, prior to pandemic, months before the pandemic.
Yes.
So that was December, no, but prior to that, by around June 2019, we are already preparing. We went to Taiwan to study the formula, yung ingredients natin. That's where we get our raw ingredients, no. And then from there, while we are studying, napag-desisyon na namin to open the business around December. So that's December 22. Unfortunately, pagdating ng March, pumutok yung pandemic. So, yeah, yun yung naging storya namin how we started.
So, it must have been really hard since, alam mo yun, nag-start pa lang kayo, December, getting to know the flow of the business, diba? Tapos biglang lockdown. So, can you tell us more about the details of the challenges that you went through during that time?
Yeah, I think we started very different from a lot of businesses, no? Kasi, syempre, we face challenges agad months after the opening.
Yes.
However, when the lockdown started, we tried to survive the business, not for anything else, but also for our employees, no? From there, nung nag-open kami, biglang pumutok. Kasi 2019, I think yun yung kasagsagan din ng kaputukan din ng milk tea in the country, no? And we offer authentic Taiwanese drinks. Kasi we want to bring here in the Philippines yung milk tea experience doon sa Taiwan. Wherein you can get an authentic drink sa kalsada lang, no? Kasi dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, you have to go to the mall para lang meron tayong matikman ng masarap na milk tea. So sabi namin, why not we bring it to the streets? Nagkataon naman na sinarado yung mall during the pandemic at kami ay nasa labas ng mall. So I don't wanna call it blessing, no? Kasi we are at the middle of the pandemic. Pero nagkataon na doon bumili sa amin yung mga customers ng time na yun. Doon din siguro kami nakilala, no? So in just a span of like, I think less than 4 months, when we started, nagkaroon na agad kami ng second branch.
Wow!
Yun. So ganon yung naging experience. Siguro, ang hard lang kasi yung raw materials natin, no, yung supplies natin because of the lockdown. So, yun yung mga challenges that we face eh. Pero importante din pala na hindi mo rin susukuan kaagad yung challenges.
Yes, of course. Kung hindi kayo magkakaroon ng second branch and the mga following branches, diba? So, all in all, how many branches na kayo ngayon?
Right now, we have 4 operating because yung iba, for example, yung Dasma branch namin, hindi pa namin ma-open ulit kasi it's inside the school. So, wala pang face-to-face class, hindi pa namin ulit mabuksan. But we have franchise din sa Valenzuela, sa Parañaque, sa Imus branch, we also have that, no? We have here in Muntinlupa, we also have here in Pasita, sa San Pedro, Laguna.
Okay, I lost count na. Ilan na yun? Ang dami na bigla, no? In just a small, just a short amount of time, ang dami na agad. So, well, it does say that the name of your business says that there's coffee. So, anong mas mabenta, milk tea or coffee?
When we started, it's milk tea.
Oh.
But the reason why we put coffee dun sa pangalan din ng brand, no, is because we know that Filipino loves coffee.
Yes, true.
So, ngayon, halos nagpapantay sila kasi ang daming customers din who loves iced coffee. So,
O, isa na ako doon. Do you also serve snacks or desserts to go well with your drinks?
at first we don't have. But
Okay.
right now, we have authentic Taiwanese balls. We have Taiwanese dry noodles, and we also have quesadilla.
Wow, so ni-research nyo din to doon sa Taiwan?
Yes,
Like, you and your partners in the business?
Yes, we stayed there just for for a month to study, no? Kasi yun nga gusto natin authentic, no? Kapag uminom tayo ng milk tea, lasa pa natin yung tsaa.
Yung tsaa, oo. Yun. So, we all know naman na sobrang dami na ring milk tea businesses in the country. So, for you, what do you think sets the Master apart from all of its competitors?
I think the standard of how we prepare the product, no? We always try to maintain the authenticity of the taste because that's what we are selling, di ba?
Yeah.
Aside from that, we offer a variety of products, no? You might want to try the black sugar series. You also want to try the cream cheese series. So, yun, anything you want, you look for our store, then makikita mo siya doon.
Ayan, so, nakakatuwa talaga nag-research kayo, they really studied so many recipes para lang ma-incorporate sa ating Filipino tastes, no? So, can you tell us more about yung process of how you studied there sa Taiwan? Did you have to like really partner with a company there to study or talaga nag-food hopping, ano lang kayo sa Taiwan?
We started with food hopping, and then we started sa basics, no? Kailangan kasi maintindihan namin saan nanggaling ang tea. So, we went there, mausap kami ng tea master, how to prepare the authentic taste ng tea. Hindi lang din siya pala basta-basta i-prepare that you will just put it in a hot water. So, ayun, ganun, tinuruan kami ng tea master, then we enrolled there, no? Para dun sa trainings. So, after nun, dinala namin dito sa Pilipinas.
Nakakatawa talaga nag-invest kayo ng time, ng money, para talagang matutunan and maibigay nga sa ating mga kababayan yung authentic tea, milk tea. So, we'll know more about the Master Tea and Coffee and also about you, Sir Paulo, when usapang business returns.
Ako po ay kabahagi ng isang alyansa ng mga kandidato ngayong national elections na nananawagan po ng pagkakaisa. Ako po si Sara Duterte. Handa po akong magserbisyo sa ating bayan. Hinihingi ko po ang tulong at suporta ninyo para sa pagka-vice presidente ng ating bansa.
Aming minahirapan ng sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Ang asawa ko po ay kameraman na kasama sa lapas lang sa Maguindanao Massacre. Si Attorney Harry Roque, hindi po niya kami nakakalimutan.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Araneta City.
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating damin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Welcome back to Kalingang Katribu Usapang Business. We are still with the co-owner of the Master and Tea and Coffee, Paolo Calalang. Ayan, so before the break, we were talking about yung uniqueness nila, no? Talagang nag-research sila, pumunta sa Taiwan, nag-spend sila ng money, ng time, just to bring the authenticity of the real milk tea here in the Philippines. So now, syempre, now that you're here na and then nag-bloom lalo yung business, how do you come up with new recipes?
My business partner is assigned for developing new products. No? Parehas kasi kami, naghati kami. So for me, sa akin, ang assigned is the marketing side of the business. And then yung partner ko naman is the one developing and researching for more products na nag-launch din namin. So ganun din, it's the same process. We study before we launch a new product kasi for us, it's very important that you study and you know your product well.
Yes,
kasi
of
if
course.
not, mababago din yung quality niya and the customers will not go back to your business. So that's how we do it.
So are yung business partners mo, are you like friends? Is it family?
The first one is a friend. The other one is my mom.
Oh, that's
So that's
cute.
no family.
That's nice. So, Eddie, like, can you tell us about how yung relationship nyo guys with the business part of the relationship, 'di ba? Kasi syempre, baka sometimes ba nasasama yung parang personal stuff, or can you like separate those things?
One thing that we discussed prior to putting up the business is to be professional all the time if we're talking about the business. And I think that's very important. One of the principles we have right now is never ever na maging personal yung pagmamanage namin dun sa business. So far, hindi naman naapektuhan because if you know your purpose and you all have one goal, tingin ko naman ay mas magiging maayos at mas magkakaintindihan kayo.
Totoo yan. So what do you think is the key, like the key component of having a harmonious relationship when it comes to your business partners, especially kung, yun nga, kilala mo talaga sila, family, friend?
I think yung pagkakaroon ng open communication and being transparent to each other, that's very important. No? Kasi, well, sa communication din naman talaga nag-start lahat. No? If hindi naging maganda yung lines nyo, well, sasabog yung organization. And we always put yung purpose and the goal at the center of what we're doing. Kasi syempre, we took responsibility to our employees. No? So talagang kailangan all the time harmonious yung relationship ng bawat isa.
There we go. So, going back to the recipes kanina, I was wondering, ano yung mga best sellers nyo right now?
We have the Master milk tea. Ito yung trademark milk tea namin. No? If you taste it, medyo creamy siya compared with the normal and typical milk tea that you can taste with other stores. One of the best sellers then is our cream cheese series and the fruit tea. Sabi nila very refreshing daw yung fruit tea namin, kaya yung mga healthy living, no? Tuwa sila.
Wow. So, may healthier option pala sa The Master.
Yeah. We
Mas-
have to, no? Kasi
Yeah.
health conscious.
Especially talaga dumaan tayo sa pandemic na talagang nag-highlight yung importance of health. And syempre, yung fruit teas na ganyan, patok yan pag summer, di ba? Mas mabili ba siya ngayon?
Yes, this summer, usually yung experience namin no, pag summer, talagang yung fruity yung pumapatok. And at the same time, during the time of pandemic, nauso yung lemon, di ba?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yung lemon flavored milk tea namin, sobrang lakas niya during that time.
Buti hindi kayo nauubusan sa hirap ng supplies and, limited talaga.
During the time of pandemic, medyo mahirap talaga. No? There are
Mm-mm.
times na nauubusan talaga. But we always find ways no, to serve our customers.
So, pag nauubusan po ba kayo, talagang nasasabi nyo sa customers ninyo?
Yeah, oo. Nangyari lang naman yun nung pandemic, no? Kasi that's very hard. And I think the customers understand it well naman. Ngayon na medyo nag-open na, so okay na rin yung supplies, hindi na rin masyado nahihirapan.
Yes. So, what's the secret to maintaining the loyal clients that you have? Kasi talagang tuloy-tuloy pa rin eh. Balik pa rin silang balik. Tapos ngayon, di ba, pop ng pop yung mga branches nyo. What's the secret?
And never change your standard. Diba? Kasi una nilang minahal yung una nilang natikman. So, if you change that, I think doon siguro mag-start na mawala yung loyalty ng customers sa inyo.
Mm.
And kami kasi, we always try to, create a good relationship with our customers by providing a lot of promos for them. No? So,
Mhm.
siguro in that way, doon sila natutuwa sa amin kasi aside from maintaining the quality, we make sure na nararamdaman nila that they are all important to us.
Yes, and that it's accessible kasi nga ang daming promos. 'Di ba? So, do you have summer promos right now?
As of the moment, we don't have promo, but this coming May 5, we will have a 5 peso
5-5.
bill. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So, malapit na. Aabangan niya ng mga ating
Malapit na.
loyal clients. So, what do you think has the pandemic taught you the most? And what do you like to say about that to our viewers? I-share mo sa kanila yung talagang natutunan mo sa pandemic.
Always be, for me, yung greatest learning ko during the pandemic, related to business, it's
Yes, hello, Paolo? We'll take a short break, mga katribu. We'll be back.
Boses natin sa Kongreso, PG Party List. Kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng malig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Manong Joe po,
At Ate Maita,
good news! Muling
Alamin ang latest entertainment at sa mga paborito niyong celebrities kasama si Pocholo Concepcion sa programang WhatsApp. Makibanding at kwentuhan kasama ang mga kilalang personalidad sa entertainment industry. Sama-sama natin silang kilalanin at silipin ang makulay nilang mundo every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Kaya sit back and relax lang kayo mga katribu. Hanapin at ilike ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Dahil sagot na namin ang masayang kwentuhan, dito lang sa What's Up.
Usapang Business is back, and I think we have established our connection with Sir Paolo. Hello, Paolo, are you here?
Yeah, sorry. Had technical difficulty.
Okay lang. Very understandable. Very busy ka. You know, building new branches and all. Okay, so pagpatuloy natin ang questions. Balikan natin yung kanina. Like, what has the pandemic taught you that you would like to share to our viewers, especially yung mga gustong magtayo din ng sarili nilang business?
For me, the greatest lesson I learned about business during the time of pandemic was to be more creative and innovative in terms of managing your business. I think innovation is the key to maintain it amidst this developing and competitive market. So, kailangan siguro you always think of how are you going to level up your business to be more competitive with others. And aside from that, I think yung hindi pagsuko and facing different challenges, that's very important. And always pray. Lahat naman siguro ng challenges that we are facing, malalagpasan natin.
There you go, mga katribu. So, Paolo, how do you see the master in 5 years? Or maybe a year?
I see it with a lot of branches, hopefully nationwide. Siguro, aside from that, yung kasabay siguro ng paglaki ng business is for us to be able to help a lot of people, Kasi kami lagi namin sinasabi na hindi lang dun sa paglaki at ng negosyo dapat naka-focus, Yung ating social responsibility din, dapat ay meron din tayong responsibility with our customers, with our community, na tumulong. Kaya kagaya nun, kahit paano, nung medyo pumutok yung negosyo natin during the time of pandemic, tumulong din tayo sa mga frontliners natin, So, yun, that's how we see it. We're not just doing it for us, but we are also doing it for our community.
Oh, very inspiring. Talaga namang yan yung yan yung matutuwa kang bumili sa mga businesses na ganito, yung business owners, 'di ba? Yung talagang kino-consider and tumutulong sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino. There. So thank you so much. But before we let you go, we will play a quick game just to get to know you a little more better, more about Paolo naman on a more personal level. Okay, so this is a game of Would You Rather, where I will be presenting 2 scenarios. Tapos you'll just pick whatever is more panig sa'yo. Okay? Are you ready?
Nakakakaba naman.
And then wholesome questions lang to. Okay. So, because you sell coffee and tea, between the two, what would you rather drink on a daily basis?
Coffee.
Same. Okay, so for desserts naman, would you rather have cakes or cookies for dessert with your coffee?
Cake ako.
Ah, wow, shake. Wala sa options. Well, yeah, refreshing din kasi ang shake.
Cake.
Ah, cake! Sorry, oh my gosh. Yun, cake. There we go. Would you rather teleport or read minds? Well, this is, I think, very useful for being a business owner.
Read minds.
Okay. Have more time or money?
More time.
Aren't we all? Okay. Spend your weekend without a phone or a laptop?
Without a laptop.
Para less work?
Tama.
Totoo. I mean, you're on the road right now, diba? You get to like have a little break every now and then. Okay, so would you rather go back to elementary school or jump to retirement?
Go back to elementary school.
Okay, so would you rather shop online or in person?
In person.
Oo, ang hirap, no? Parang hirap
Ang hirap mabudol.
Totoo. Okay, for the last question, would you rather hear the good news first or the bad news first?
Bad news first.
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us today, Paolo. But before we let you go, do you have any message for our viewers? Do you want them to like have some kind of following sa Instagram nyo, Facebook, or may mga promos ba sila na pwedeng abangan?
Yeah, guys, please support the Master Tea and Coffee. We have Putatan, Muntinlupa, Imos, Parañaque, and Valenzuela branch. I hope you guys like our official Facebook page and watch out for our upcoming promos this coming months, no? And before siguro I end, for those who are asking if we're open for franchise, yes, we are open for franchise. You can just send an email to themasterphilippines@gmail.com, and we'll have our staff to accommodate your queries.
Thank you once again, Paolo, for sharing your journey with us. Very inspiring. Talagang nakakatuwa na ni-research nyo talaga muna. Pumunta kayo talagang Taiwan for this. May you guys prosper. Yes, may you guys prosper even more. God bless you.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you to our Katribu who is tuning in today and watch Kalingang Katribu Usapang Business live every Monday at 3:30 p.m. on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and also on Tribune Now on YouTube. I am Venice Bautista. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? Babakuna ka ba? Babakuna ka ba?
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at welcome po sa isa na namang edisyon ng Kalingang Katribu Legal Diaries. Ako po si Elmer Navarro Manuel at ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw ay medyo napapanahon dahil hanggang ngayon ay may pandemya pa rin. Ito yung Universal Healthcare Act or UHC Act. At syempre kasama natin ngayon upang paliwanagan tayo para sa ating topic ngayon, ang Associate Lawyer ng Aranas Cruz, Araneta Parker, and Faustino Law Offices na si Attorney Alfred Campagnano. Attorney, good afternoon po.
And good afternoon, Sir Elmer. Good afternoon.
Alright, long time no see, Attorney.
Kaya nga eh.
Okay, eto Attorney, ilang araw na lang, eleksyon na. So medyo talagang karamihan sa atin mga busy na, mamili kung sino yung mga iboboto sa darating na eleksyon. Oo nga, tama. Kasi talaga namang yung iba sa mga probinsya pa nila mga nakarehistro. Eto ngayon, Attorney, ang pag-uusapan natin is yung Universal Healthcare Act. Siyempre, para simulan natin to, no? Ano ba tong Universal Healthcare Act o yung Republic Act 11223?
So, yung Universal Healthcare Act, no? This basically is ito yung batas natin that aims to give or provide equal access to all Filipinos to quality and cost-effective healthcare. So, kung nababalitaan nyo, for example, it's a big issue in the States, ang universal healthcare. So, parang yan yung equivalent niyan dito sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
So, anong klaseng healthcare? So, ang mga healthcare, for example, could be preventive, pwedeng curative, pwedeng rehabilitative, or pwedeng palliative in nature. So, this law, which was passed in 2019, I think February, no, sometime in February 2019, aims to help, no, the Filipinos to have access to these kinds of healthcare. Kasi apparently there are studies that showed na prior to the Universal Healthcare Act, alam natin na ang laki din ng ginagastos ng out-of-pocket. Yun yung tinatawag natin out-of-pocket expenses for medical goods or health goods and medical or health services.
Okay. Ito, Attorney, nabanggit mo, no, access to healthcare ng lahat ng Pilipino. So, pag sinabi mong lahat, simula talaga kahit mayaman ka, kahit mahirap ka, o mas mahirap ka pa sa daga, pwede kang maka-access ng medical assistance galing para kaugnay dito sa UHC na to, Attorney?
Yes, actually, no. Kasi, in fact, even if the law says that it's really for everyone, whether anong class or ano man ang financial status mo in life. I think the beautiful thing about this law is it will really help yung mga taong nasa lower income bracket
Okay.
sa Pilipinas. Kasi nga, alam naman natin, when it comes to healthcare, for example, yung tinakuha sa emergency room, operation costs, so yung mga palliative care, such as yung, kunwari, if you're suffering from cancer or any serious illness na kinakailangan mo magpa-physical therapy or yung to help you adapt to the pain, etc. Yung mga ganung klaseng palliative care or yung mga curative, alam natin yan, yung mga ginagamot or yung mga kinakailangan ng operations to remove whatever, hindi man ako medical practitioner. But the idea here is, alam natin that this is quite expensive.
Okay.
So, when it comes to Universal Healthcare Act, the law aims to give the government a more active role, not only in my apologies.
Okay lang.
not only in sorry.
Okay lang, attorney. Ayan, habang may inaayos pa si attorney Alfred, ang binabanggit ni attorney is yung parang aim ng universal healthcare is mabigyan talaga ang lahat ng access sa healthcare services. Now, attorney, ito, libre ba to para sa lahat? O para lang to sa talagang hindi kayang magbayad?
Actually, kung titignan natin siya, libre, hindi naman talaga libre ang pinag-uusapan dito. Hindi pa iyon ang tina-target ng Universal Healthcare Act. Especially so that this is still quite a very young law. Kasi nga, as I said, it was passed in 2019.
Yeah.
So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is to make, hindi naman niya talaga pinapangakong free, pero ang pinapangako niya dyan is that that access to this healthcare is for everyone. So, kung titingnan natin, then hindi mo kinakailangan ng problema sa pambayad, para sabihin natin, para ma-avail mo ang healthcare services. So, in fact, this law intends to create will make it a program to the National Health Insurance Program na tinatawag nila, na kung saan all Filipinos are basically classified into two categories. Meron kayong mga direct contributors and you have your indirect contributors. So, is it free? To a certain extent, yes, especially for those indirect contributors, because it will be the government itself who will be subsidizing subsidizing their access to this healthcare. For direct contributors, it's akin to kung I think may mga viewers na tayo na may experience to that, na yung parang kapag may pinaoperahan ka, for example sa appendix or whatever part of your body, parang makikita mo na may binabawas na or may binabawas sa mga kinakailangan mong bayaran.
Okay.
So parang in terms of cost, parang ginagawa pa niyang pababain. So for direct contributors, it's possible na meron pa din kayong share because obviously meron naman kayong pambayad.
May capacity para magbayad.
As far as yung mga basic packages that is determined by the DOH and PhilHealth, then that in itself may be free in the long term, but right now, since we're transitioning to this, baka ang realistic goal is to make it affordable for everyone.
Okay. So, kumbaga sa yung mga hindi kaya magbayad, pwede nyong makuha ito ng libre o bawas ang bayad. At yung sa mga may kakayahan naman magbayad, discount ang magiging dating nitong Universal Healthcare Law. Attorney, implemented na ba to sa ngayon, itong UHC law na ito? O under amendments pa ba?
Actually, implemented na yan. Parang if I recall correctly, meron na yung implementing rules and regulation. So, in fact, when I was doing my readings regarding this law, may mga local government units na that are starting to implement the Universal Healthcare Act. Kasi it's not just about No, the implementation really is on how to make it accessible and affordable. So under the Universal Healthcare Act, magkakaroon pa ng integration of the local healthcare system in a provincial level or in the in the city level or in the provincial level. So, yan yung isang nakikita natin that's being slowly implemented. So, another one of the implementing rules and regulation is ine-ensure din nila na that PhilHealth and the DOH will also create this so-called healthcare providers network na kung saan meron tayong parang possibly na for let's say public hospitals or public clinics na may mga rumoronda na healthcare service providers, so yung mga ganyan. And then meron din tayong in the implementing rules and regulation, there's also an incentive for public clinics and public hospitals to improve on their service by allowances of grants or mga parang sponsorship if the goal is to develop the healthcare practice in that hospital or in that clinic. So it's there. It's as far as yung pag-create ng network, I think PhilHealth and DOH is already creating that network. Pero kasi considering that the local healthcare system is integrated in a province at the provincial and at the city level, then the initiative would somehow also be in the local government unit as well. So, as far as implementation, to simply put, it's already being implemented.
Okay.
Kaya lang syempre, as I've mentioned, this is still a young law. So I think hindi pa natin mararamdaman ng full effects or full benefits of this Universal Healthcare Act for some time.
Okay, alright. Ayan, malinaw pa mga kaibigan. Implemented na po ang Universal Healthcare Law. Pero syempre, hindi pa rin masyadong malinaw para sa lahat dahil syempre baka kulang nga naman sa impormasyon kung paano nga ba ipatutupad itong nasabing batas na to. Alright, attorney, magbe-break muna tayo saglit. Huwag po kayong aalis at babalik pong muli ang Kalingang Katribo Legal Diaries.
Isa lang tayong lahat, isang Pilipino na magiting at masipag. Yan po ang Pilipinas sa unit team na pagkakaisa.
Kaming pinahirapan ng mga sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Ang asawa ko po ay kameraman na kasama sa lapas lang sa Maguindanao Massacre. Si Attorney Harry Roque, hindi po niya kami nakakalimutan.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Nagbabalik pong muli ang Kalingang Katribu Legal Diaries at syempre kasama pa rin natin si Attorney Alfred Campagnano upang pag-usapan ang Universal Healthcare Act. Alright, Attorney, ito, syempre, Universal Healthcare Act nga itong pinag-uusapan natin, ano. Kasi dito sa bansa natin, syempre, hindi lahat halos ng bansa ng lugar, lalo na sa mga malalayong probinsya, merong mga pasilidad, yung mga ospital. Paano makakatulong yung Universal Healthcare Law sa mga gantong klaseng ospital, mga let's say mga public hospitals or private hospitals din sa mga malalayong lugar? Kasi syempre, yung iba minsan pagka nagka-problema, hindi, transfer ka dapat dito sa mas malaking ospital na to kasi wala kaming gamit. Matutulungan ba yung mga ganung ospital ng Universal Healthcare Law, Attorney?
That question, it's quite close to home for me. So, but I think the Universal Healthcare Act is more has seen this dilemma or this concern. And I think that's one of the things that I've mentioned a while ago, na kung saan the introduction of the local health system is in a provincial and a city magiging provincial-wide or city-wide na siya as the case may be. So, yung development ngayon ng practice or the healthcare system is now it's relatively delegated na siya to the LGUs.
Okay.
So, in that sense, mas mayroong sila, they have a better feel, they have a better understanding of the topography, the demograph, yung location, kung saan doon sila makakapag-strategize from emergency cases or from allowing or for information dissemination or even for just making sure that people will go to their hospital and not opt to either just stay at home or look elsewhere for healthcare services. So that's one of the things na ini-aim ng Universal Healthcare Act, na kung saan ini-introduce na ngayon yung participation ng local government units to ensure na even yung mga nasa far-flung areas will be able to access this more than adequate healthcare. So that's one. And then another thing is, I've also mentioned a while ago, is yung sa mga public hospitals and clinics, may mga incentives sila na to allow them to be more competitive in providing for healthcare services. So, yung tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, yan yung pag-provide mo nga ng mga grants, financial or non-financial, as the case may be. Tapos another thing is, makikita mo dyan na mas clear or mas delineated na ang roles ng mga agencies. Kasi I think a good case there is yung mga ginagawa dati ng mga ating mga lower income earners, na kung saan nanghihingi pa sila ng funding from PCSO or
tama.
From I think I've heard nanghihingi pa sila from PAGCOR or even from their
tama. Yung mga local officials nila, nilalapitan din nila.
From their local officials. So the beautiful thing about the Universal Healthcare Act is that it established a special fund, no? Na kung saan doon na kayo kinakailangan lumapit. And as far as these agencies that usually do give assistance, financial assistance for healthcare access, then meron silang contributions to this National Health Insurance Program.
Okay. Ito, Attorney, since sabi mo nga, nabanggit nga natin kanina na dapat itong UHC law na ito ay para sa lahat ng Pilipino. Ano ba yung mga requirements ngayon na kailangan para ma-avail mo tong or para makapasok ka dito sa ganitong klaseng healthcare system? Kailangan mo ba ng mga IDs? Kailangan ba miyembro ka ng PhilHealth? May mga ganung requirements pa ba, Attorney? Lalo na, syempre, yung mga talagang mahihirap, walang kakayanang kumuha ng ID kung may bayad. Pero alam ko, meron na tayong national ID system din na libre, kumbaga, na pwede kang magpakuha ng ID na ibibigay sa iyo ng libre. Hindi ko lang sure kung talagang implemented na to o meron na bang ibang merong hawak na ng national ID, attorney?
As far as dun sa una mong tanong, no, yung do you have to be a member of PhilHealth?
Mhm.
Ang understanding ko of the law there is you don't need to be a member of PhilHealth,
Okay.
no, to avail of these services. So, for example, if wala kang contribution, as I've said, you belong to those indirect contributors. So,
Mhm.
basically, ito yung mga tinatawag nating subsidized individuals. If you're not a member of PhilHealth, then it's not a reason for you, or it's not a reason, supposedly, to refuse rendering healthcare service as
Okay.
provided for by law. So, if you're not a member, then they will get identification, any proof of identification on your end, so that you will be registered in the National Health Insurance Program.
Mhm.
So the law does not discriminate, as to membership. So that's the first thing there. So as far as an ID is concerned, hindi siya dapat magiging reason to refuse service
Yan, oo.
or to refuse healthcare access. However, the IRR reasonably requires na at least ma-establish mo yung identity mo.
Ayan.
Because of course, we will of course need your names, your age, yung mga ganyan.
Oo, yung mga address.
At saka yung mga, yung mga standard information. And at least, makilala din ng hospital who they are treating.
Okay.
So,
Oo.
it's possible that the hospital will request any proof of identity. Otherwise, baka dun ka ma-deny ng healthcare service.
So,
Kasi syempre, kailangan mo patunayan who you are.
Oo.
That's quite important.
Siguro kailangan may mga cedula, birth certificate, o yung mga ganon kung merong marriage certificate. Alright, ito attorney, saan ba kukunin ng pondo nitong Universal Healthcare Law? Yung sinabi nyo kaninang parang meron ng special funds para dito, saan kukunin ng gobyerno itong mga funds na ito?
Yung funds, for the special funds, if I recall, from what I recall, kukunin yan of course with yung mga from the direct contributors. As we all know, meron tayo for those of us who are employed, or yung mga professionals, or yung mga business, yung mga voluntary contributors.
Mhm.
Then meron din sila syempre kino-contribute. So that's one. Yung mga PhilHealth, basically your PhilHealth contributions. Tapos of course meron din tayo, because of the law na nagke-create ng special fund na yan, the IRR likewise will source the funding for this program sa General Appropriations Act. So magkakaroon yan ng separate item
Mhm.
para mapondohan ng yung National Health Insurance. Tapos of course, meron din contributions from PCSO and PAGCOR. No? That's one.
Mhm.
That's another. And as far as yung sa taxes, if I recall correctly, yung mga sin taxes na tinatawag,
Diyan,
doon
oo.
din pwedeng doon din kukuha, no, ng pang-fund for health insurance, because of course it makes sense. Diba, sin taxes are imposed on those that usually pose a harm to yourselves
Mhm.
or to others. So at least nakukuha mo yung benefit to finance combating the societal ills.
Okay. Attorney, di ba usually karamihan sa ating mga Pinoy, lalo na yung mga nagtatrabaho sa mga kumpanya, merong mga HMO na tinatawag, o yung mga insurance, or I mean yung mga medical benefits din na galing sa kumpanya. Pwede mo bang isabay ng gamit yan? Kunwari, na-admit ka sa ospital, tapos pinaprocess na ng HMO yung mga ibabawas or yung mga hindi mo babayaran. Pwede mo bang isabay dyan ngayon yung mga benepisyong makukuha mo under dito sa Universal Healthcare Act?
Right now, I think yan yung medyo gray area pa.
Mhm.
But if I'm going to apply the basics of insurance, I think hindi ka pwede magkaroon ng double recovery when you're
Okay.
talking about health insurance.
Mhm.
So you have to choose one or the other. However, I was going over the IRR of the Universal Healthcare Act. There is this principle of complementarity between your private health insurance, or yung mga yung mga HMOs mo, and that of the this national health insurance program. Because if I recall from my understanding of the IRR, the DOH and and PhilHealth will be creating benefit packages depending on the needs or depending on the contribution or yung mga ganyan. Pwedeng basic or ward accommodation plus, say for example, operation or plus palliative care or plus yan. Parang magagawa sila ng, think of it like a menu, no? Na parang package A, B, C, D, ganyan. Ngayon, ang understanding ko doon sa complementarity is, if you choose, for example, package A, then at the same time, you will try to recover from your private health insurance. Then, magkakaroon ng complementarity dyan. So, we mean by complementarity is, whatever that package you're availing for, no, under the National Health Insurance Program, yan na yan.
Okay.
So, meaning, hindi siya pwede mag-overlap. Kasi nga, di ba, I suppose, bawal ang double recovery. So, however, what is not shouldered by the package, additional services, additional costs that are not covered by the National Health Insurance Program, dyan mo na pwedeng i-channel ang costs sa private health mo. Such as, for example, to cover the cost of amenities and other healthcare goods and services. The IRR actually still states that PhilHealth and DOH will be coordinating with HMOs with this. So I think we're going to expect some sort of guidelines once negotiations have been done or once coordination or discussions on this matter has been made between PhilHealth and your private health insurance providers.
Okay. Alright. Yan po, mga katribu, malinaw na po ang mga nabanggit namin ni attorney tungkol dito sa mga ibang provisions ng Universal Healthcare Law. At huwag po kayong aalis, magbabalik pong muli ang Kalingang Katribu Legal Diaries.
Boses natin sa Kongreso, PG Party List. Kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, magkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Nagbabalik po muli ang Kalingang Katribu Legal Diaries at syempre kasama pa rin natin si Attorney Alfred Campagnano. Alright, Attorney, eto, Tribune tayo ngayon. Para sa ating Tribune ngayong araw, ang sinasabi dito, doctors in private hospitals are on par with those practicing in the public sector, but private facilities are much better equipped and treatment is typically faster. Doctors and nursing staff in public hospitals are highly proficient, but public healthcare in the Philippines faces limitations. Alright, ito, sinasabi dito, attorney, yung mga doktor natin tsaka mga nurses natin, magagaling talaga. Ang medyo nahihirapan lang sila, yung ospital na pinagtatrabahuhan nila, kung kulang talaga sa pasilidad. Lalo na karamihan dito, ito yung mga public hospitals nga doon sa mga malalayong lugar. So, anong take mo rito, Attorney Alfred?
Well, I think it's true. Kasi,
tama.
Kasi, sometime in 2009, I think, or kailan ba ako nag-start na mag-high school, if I recall correctly, there was a high demand for nurses. Here in the, nagiging parang that's one of our main exports, apparently. Naalala ko nasabi na ganun. But I think in terms of healthcare training and healthcare training and education and medical education, I think the country is not really backlagging, in terms of qualifications and skills.
Oo.
But again, skills can only take you so far if as far as your equipment, the appropriate medical equipment is not there.
Tama.
So, yan yung isa sa mga bagay, I suppose, na kung saan doon kinakailangan ng funding ang ating Kaya doon pumapasok ang Universal Healthcare Act na nag-establish na sila ng ways to make public clinics and public hospitals to be more competitive, in terms of their services. But I suppose the last thing I'd just like to add to that is yung fact lang na as far as healthcare services are concerned, and I think this is just a personal observation.
Mhm.
It's not, maybe I'm wrong, possibly, pero I think there's not enough incentive in the country to invest on R&D.
Tama.
On health and medical in the healthcare and medical and healthcare field. So I think yan yung siguro maybe na maybe dyan tayo supposedly nag-gear towards to, so that hindi meron tayong incentive for healthcare practitioners to actually stay and serve in the country.
Okay, alright. Maraming salamat sa oras mo ngayong araw na to, Attorney Alfred. At bago tayo magtapos, any parting shots, Attorney?
Wala naman. I think just stay safe and healthy. And then, lastly is malapit na ang election, so don't forget to vote.
Ayan, tama.
And
Lalabas na si Vote Wisely. Yeah.
And God bless us all. Whatever happens in the elections, nandito pa din naman tayo, and we got to live with it.
Alright. Maraming salamat po, Attorney Alfred Campagnano. At mga katribu, maraming salamat din sa pagsama sa amin ngayong araw na ito. And you can watch us live on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page every Fridays at 3:30 p.m. and on Tribune Now on YouTube. Ako po muli si Elmer Navarro Manuel at maraming salamat po sa panonood ng Kalingang Katribu Legal Diaries. Happy weekend po!
Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Cue. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito nyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there, mga katribu!
At magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat mga katribo at nandito na naman po ang The Athletes Tribune para makapagkwentuhan at kulitan kasama ang inyong mga paboritong sports idols and heroes. Ako po ang inyong host na si Nikki Viola and ako sobrang excited po ako sa ating guest for tonight kasi sobrang fresh pa to, sobrang bata pa nitong guest natin. Yet she is already making waves as a professional volleyball player. And she even became an overnight sensation for her final performance in the 2021 Asian Women's Club Volleyball Championship. Ayan. So, kaya naman samahan niyo kami ngayong gabi at kilalanin natin ang ating espesyal na bisita ngayon and learn how she achieved such a striking athletic performance at such a young age. So, wag na po natin patagalin pa. Let's welcome our guest for tonight, Ivy Laxina. Hi, Ivy. Good evening. Ayan. Kamusta naman? Kamusta naman ang buhay-buhay natin?
Okay naman po. More on training pa din po kami. Ganun. And ayun po, parang kailangan talaga po namin mag-ingat ngayon. Dahil papalapit na po yung UAAP.
Oo nga, tama ba? Kung May 5? Tama ba? May 5 ang opening. Ayan, May 5 opening. So, excited ka na ba na ito finally you'll be playing na ulit?
Opo naman, sobrang excited po kasi syempre ang tagal po. Halos 2 years din po bago po nagkaroon ng game. So, sobrang excited po talaga.
Pero you're playing for NU, right? So, anong year mo na ba sa Anong year mo na sa NU? And ano yung course na tinitake up mo?
Pang 4th year ko na po sa NU ngayon. And kinukuha ko pong course ngayon is BS Tourism po.
Well, alam mo parang nung una kitang nakita parang may vibe ka nga na, I mean, tourism talaga, for sure may height ka pa, talagang perfect. So mamaya, sampulan mo kami nung, inaaral niyo na ba yun sa tourism? Yung mga skills kapag pag naging flight attendant ka or what?
Sa akin po parang wala pa naman po kaming ginagawa pong gano'n. Lalo na po kasi po namin is through online lang po. So parang lilimitahan po na yung mga pwede po namin gawin like pumunta po ng airline, ganun. So ayun.
So wala pa rin kayong face-to-face talaga? Like online pa rin ang classes? Okay. So, well anyway, pang ilang year mo na?
Bali, 3rd year po, pero yung 2nd year ko po is na-cut po yung season 82. So parang pang 2nd year.
Ayan. So for sure may mga pwede ka pa maglaro, no? Kasi sabi mo parang 4th year ka na. As in yung sa pag-aaral mo, 4th year ka na. But yung playing year mo is
3rd year pa.
3rd year pa lang. So meron ka pang isang year. So mamaya aalamin natin yung proseso tungkol diyan, 'di ba? Pero eto, aside from playing with the national team in Thailand, how are you staying in shape for the coming UAAP season? Since nabanggit mo, di ba, with your classes, it's still online. Pero yung training nyo ngayon as NU team, nagtitrain na ba talaga kayo na on ground?
Opo. Yun po, parang, syempre po, advantage din po sa akin na nakapaglaro po ako sa Philippine team. Kasi po, madami din po akong nakuhang knowledge doon. And nagstay in shape po ako kasi po, syempre tuloy-tuloy din po yung training doon and nakapaglaro din po kami. So, advantage din po yun sa akin para sa padating po na UAAP. And magagamit ko din po lahat ng natutunan ko po doon sa UAAP po.
Alam mo, nilook forward ko ang ang latest UAAP volleyball season because I've always been a fan of the league. So excited ako na aside from basketball na syempre ongoing, volleyball pabalik na 'di ba, on May 5. So ano ba yung naging reaction mo nung narinig mo na finally babalik na nga itong dadating na May ang UAAP Women's Volleyball after 2 years of with fans na nakikita natin na allowed na rin sa mga matches? Ano yung nararamdaman mo?
Syempre po sobrang nakaka-boost po kasi iba po talaga kapag may fans po ganyan. So parang kailangan mo po talagang mag-perform po talaga ng maayos. So, para po sa akin, sobrang nakaka-excite po. Nung una pa po, parang na-excite na po kami na alam lang po namin is babalik na po yung AP na wala pa pong fans that time. So, parang sabi namin, andito pa din, work hard pa din talaga tayo. And nung nagkaroon po ng fans, parang sobrang sarap din po sa feeling kasi may chance na din pong makanood yung families po namin, ganun. Kasi matagal din po namin silang hindi nakakasama. So kahit doon man lang po, mapakita po namin sa kanila kung ano po yung pinagtrabahuhan po namin.
Totoo, tsaka 'di ba parang ipon na ipon yan for sure, yung excitement, 2 taon din yun. And finally, it's here na makakapaglaro ulit kayo. Hindi lang ikaw, kundi yung buong team mo. Lahat ng volleyball players and lahat ng mga volleyball fans, sobrang nararamdaman ko na rin yung excitement nila. Nakikita natin ngayon sa social media, 'di ba? So, okay, we're talking about UAAP, you being part of the national team. Pero balikan naman natin, paano ka ba nagsimula sa volleyball?
At first po talaga, parang more on modeling po ako, ganyan.
Wow!
So, hindi ko po talaga hilig yung volleyball.
Pang-model nga rin ng features mo. Ang ganda-ganda. Okay.
Thank you po. Ayun po, parang daddy ko po talaga yung sporty po talaga sa amin. Kasi po before, parang sakitin po talaga ako, gano'n. Then parang siya po yung nagturo po sa akin na, bakit di mo i-try? Sabi niya po sa akin. Then parang ako po, at first, parang kinakabahan ako kasi, parang hindi ko na po sila ganun makakasama, ganyan. Kasi po sobrang close po talaga ako sa family ko. And parang ayun, after ko pong i-try, nakuha po ako dito sa NU, ganyan, madami pong opportunities and mas naka-help po ako sa family ko, ganyan, kasi free po yung tuition, ganun. So parang doon po ako na-encourage na, sige, i-push ko na to, ganyan. Kasi at the same time po na nagiging love ko na po yung volleyball and hindi ko na po talaga kaya na sa buong araw hindi po ako maglalaro ng volleyball.
So, hindi pala siya, kasi di ba may mga ibang athletes na parang love at first sight yung sport sa kanila. But with you, parang it took time talaga kasi sa iba talaga nakasight yung gusto mo, di ba? Pero well, it's God's will, di ba? It's God's way of telling you na I have a better plan for you. And it's volleyball. And nakikita mo naman ngayon yung fruits of your labor sa paglalaro, di ba? Sa pagtitrain ngayon, nandito ka. Pero I think, di ba syempre, once in a while, for sure, nagmo-model ka rin. Sigurado may mga kumukuha-kuha na sa'yo. So, minsan, nagagawa mo pa rin yun kahit papano. Na nakakapag-model ka pa rin ba? Or sobrang ng training with volleyball?
Ngayon po, parang mas nag-focus po ako sa volleyball kasi parang wala na po talaga masyadong time para po sa mga ibang pwedeng gawin. Pero kung magkakaroon po ng chance after po ng UAP, why not naman po?
Oo nga, at abangan ko rin yan kasi talagang with your features, with your height, and alam mo parang naisip ko lang nakakatulog, syempre lagi kang fit sa volleyball. So hindi ka na mahihirapan to maintain your physique na ganyan kasi active ka talaga as a person, 'di ba? So parang win-win situation para sa iyo. Okay, so ito naman, sino ba yung volleyball idol mo na inspired you also to take up the sport? Aside from your dad, na nabanggit mo nga kanina, na siya talaga yung nag-push sa'yo na subukan mo yung volleyball.
Halos madami naman po akong idol na local players po na sobrang na-inspire po ko. Pero meron po talaga akong 3 talagang tinitingnan po. Si Ate Ara Galang po and syempre po yung Santiago Sisters po. Kasi parang kay Ate Ara po, ang natutunan ko po sa kanya, parang hindi po kailangan talaga na power lagi ang volleyball. Kailangan po more on utak, ganyan. Talagang doon ko po talaga nakuha sa kanya yon. And doon ko po sobrang na-inspire po ako sa kanya. Kaya mas inidolo ko po siya talaga. And yung sa Santiago Sisters po, madami po kasi nagsasabi na parang ka-height ko po sila, ka-body shape ko po sila, ganon, and kagalaw ko po sila. Though wala pa po ako sa part na kung nasan man po sila kasi talagang idol po talaga sila. Pero sila po talaga yung nagbibigay po sa akin ng inspiration para talaga pong mag-push po ako sa volleyball and wag po akong titigil. Lalo na po kay Ate Dindin, nung nakasama ko po siya sa national team, sobrang dami ko po talagang natutunan sa kanya and madami din po siyang tinuro po sa akin na hindi ko pa po alam. So, ayun po.
Ayan, so yung mga natutunan mo with your experience sa national team, pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. So, isang exciting na part din yan ng ating episode for tonight. Pero, ito pa, balikan pa natin yung kung paano ka nagsimula, di ba? So, take us back during the time na na-recruit ka sa NU. Anong year ba yon? And saang event ka, like, na-discover or ano ka ba, nag-try out ka ba, ganyan? Anong storya nun?
Naglaro po kami ng Rebisco po noon that time. Sa may Pasay po or Pasig po ata yun. Ang team ko po noon is sa AUF po, sa Pampanga po yung team ko that time. Then, after po nun, bigla lang pong, nung nag-rest po kami sa may bench, bigla po ako nilapitan ng manager po ng NU. Then, binigyan niya po ako ng calling card niya po. Tapos sabi niya, baka gusto ko daw pong itry sa NU, ganyan. Tapos, after po nun, yung calling card ko po na yun, kinip ko po talaga siya. Doon ko po sinabi sa daddy ko, mga 1 week po before ko po sinabi sa daddy ko kasi parang naisip ko po ayoko pong malayo sa family ko, ganyan. And then after po noon, sabi po ng daddy ko, malaking opportunity yon para din yan sa future mo. So ayun po, tinry ko po talaga siya. Then after po noon, parang mas naging malawak po yung knowledge ko pagdating po sa volleyball na hindi lang po pala sa Pampanga po yung pwede kong matutunan. Pwede din po dito sa Manila.
Ayan, so taga Pampanga ka pala. Pero ngayon, tama ako, naka-bubble kayo, no? Naka-bubble din kayo. Ayan. So, kamusta naman? Kamusta naman yung yung experience mo playing for the Lady Ball Pops under Coach Babes Castillo? So, kamusta yung experience na yun?
That time po kasi grade 11 po ako nung kinuha po ako dito sa NU. Tapos po, parang wala pa po talaga akong masyadong alam nun pagdating po sa volleyball. And parang si Coach Babes po talaga yung tumulong sa akin that time na parang madami po nagsasabi sa akin na parang, wala na yan, matangkad lang yan. Walang alam yan masyado sa volleyball, ganun. And then si Coach Babes po talaga, never po talaga siya nag-stop na turuan po ko, ganyan. Kahit na halos po ng mga sa lahat po ng mga may kilala po sa akin, parang nagsasawa na po silang magturo kasi unang-una po sa lahat, hindi pa po ganun kalakas yung katawan ko. So parang wala pa po akong power para po talaga makipagsabayan po dito sa Manila. Pero dahil po kay Coach Babes, sobrang dami niya pong tinuro po sa akin that time. Kaya po, lahat po ng yun, ina-adapt ko pa din po hanggang ngayon.
Yan, parang diba, with being an athlete every day, every game, every day is a learning process. Diba? Learning process yan. And for sure, ngayon and you sa UAAP ka, maglalaro talaga na seniors na. It's a whole different ball game, sabi nga nila. Ayan, so eto marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, Ivy. So I'm sure nag-enjoy yung ating mga volleyball fans na nanonood sa atin ngayon. Pero bago natin ipagpatuloy yung kwentuhan natin, we'll take a short break. So stay with us, mga katribo. At ngayon, andito pa rin tayo sa ating latest episode ng The Athletes Tribune with our special guest, Ivy Lacsina. So, eto, simulan na natin yung next part ng ating interview na Ivy. So, eto naman, can you tell us more of the time na ikaw tsaka yung teammates mo nakapaglaro, nabigyan ng pagkakataon na maglaro sa 2018 PVL Reinforced Conference. Syempre, this time against tougher and syempre mas senior, mas older players. So, kamusta yung experience na yun para sa'yo?
That time po kasi parang kinakabahan din po kami. Pero at the same time po, tinake po talaga namin yon para magkaroon pa po kami ng mas malawak na knowledge po pagdating po sa volleyball. Kasi yun nga po, unang-una po, sila po talaga silang mga naranasan pagdating po sa volleyball. Kaya parang sobrang gusto po talaga naming makasali doon sa national team dahil po Kasi po na ano po kami na pagka dumating ang UAAP, ganyan, madami tayong pwedeng matutunan sa kanila. Pero
Ayan.
so at first po, syempre may kaba, ganyan, kasi po na nandun. Pero never po nila, sobrang laking tulong po ng mga seniors doon nila. Tsaka tulong po talaga ng mga ibang seniors.
Ayan. So, anyway, naku for sure yung ating mga fans ngayon na nanonood, sobrang na-excite sila with all of Ivy's answers. Ayan. But, makakasama pa rin naman natin si Ivy until the end of our program, of course. And for sure, marami kayong gustong itanong kay Ivy. Kaya kung meron man, you can also put it in our comment section dito sa Facebook Live kung ano yung mga katanungan ninyo kay Ivy. No? Kung hindi man natin maitanong for this episode, for sure po yan ang ipapaalam namin sa kanya ang inyong mga katanungan. But for now, you have to relax and just stay glued onto your seats as we'll be back here on the Athletes Tribune.
Ako po ay kabahagi ng isang alyansa ng mga kandidato ngayong national elections na nananawagan po ng pagkakaisa. Ako po si Sara Duterte. Handa po akong magserbisyo sa ating bayan. Hinihingi ko po ang tulong at suporta ninyo para sa pagka-vice presidente ng ating bansa.
Boses natin sa Kongreso, PG Party List. Kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, magkaisa ng marig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Si Harry Roque ang pinakamagaling na spokesman, kaya inggit sa kanya ang oposisyon.
Tama lang na ipinaglaban ko ang balik trabaho para bumalik ang kita ng mga nagtatrabaho at naghahanap buhay. Hindi pwedeng magutom ang pamilya. Dapat lang po ingat buhay para sa hanap buhay. Basta trabaho, kita at hanap buhay ang nakataya. Nasa harap niyo po ako.
Ibigay natin ang tudong suporta kay Harry.
At ngayon, nagbabalik pa rin tayo dito sa The Athletes Tribune. Kasama pa rin natin ang ating special guest for tonight. We have Ivy Lacsina. Ivy, hello. Ayan, nagbabalik na tayo ngayon. Eto na. So, let's move forward sa ating interview dahil naku, marami tayo mga volleyball fans na sobrang excited ka pang makasama sa episode na to. So, eto naman, kwentuhan mo naman kami nung time na ikaw pati yung teammates mo na bigyan ng chance to play sa 2018 PVL Reinforced Conference naman against, alam mo yun, older and tougher players. So, yun nga, kamusta yung experience na yun para sa'yo?
Parang at first po talaga, sobra yung kaba po namin kasi nga po, mas experiencado and mas madami na pong alam talaga pagdating po sa volleyball yung mga madadatnan po namin doon. And hindi lang po yun yung first time po nilang mag-national team. And kami po, mga bata pa po kami, ganyan. And first time po talaga namin yun. So, So parang may kaba po, pero at the same time, kanilang pina-feel po sa amin na mga bata po kami, ganun. And parang sobrang dami po nilang tinuro po sa amin, ganyan. And sila po talaga yung nag-guide sa amin sa buong journey po namin sa national team. And parang never naman po nila kaming hinayaan sa mga bagay na nahihirapan po kami, lalo na po sina Chang, yan po talaga, sobrang kilala ko po talaga si Chang noon. Kasi parang noong una po parang, hello, si Chang yun, parang, syempre po sa court, ang angas po talaga ni Chang, gano'n. Pero, pag po talaga outside the court, grabe po yung leadership niya. And inside the court po, same na same po yung leadership niya po sa amin. So, sobrang dami po naming naramdaman na bago sa mga seniors po namin doon. And sila po yung talagang parang mga naging artist po talaga, and at the same time kaya ayun po, sobrang sarap po sa feel dun, parang ayaw na po namin silang iwan, and ngayon po mas close po kami, gano'n, kaya parang sobrang sarap po sa feeling na makasama mo sila na dati po pinapanood mo lang po sila sa TV, ganyan. Ayun po, sobrang sarap po talaga sa feeling makasama po sila.
Parang in a way, Ivy, parang dream come true din yun, especially sa lahat ng mga aspiring volleyball athletes na mabigyan ng pagkakataon na makasama yung mga veterano sa court, di ba? Ayan, so ito naman, chismis lang. Gusto ko ng chismis kasi, ayan. So, may mga, aside from NU, of course, na ito, nakuha ka nila. Sila ang nagtagumpay na makuha ka. Pero meron bang mga nag-o-offer din na ibang universities sa'yo?
Opo, meron po na mga nag-o-offer po, gano'n. Hindi ko naman po sila parang nilileft behind na parang lahat naman po ng university schools po that time, parang lahat po sila talagang gusto ko po. Kung pwede lang po lahat sila
laruan mo.
i-grab ko po, gano'n. Kasi sino naman po bang aayaw sa mga universities po? Sadyang that time po talaga, na-feel ko po yung heart ko po talaga, belong po talaga sa mga Lady Bulldogs.
Wow. So, I was about to ask you that, parang ano yung naging factor, bakit ka nagstay or ba't mo pinili talaga ang NU despite those offers from other universities? So, may specific ka ba na factor na parang, sabi mo, doon nabanggit mo kasi ang puso mo talaga nasa NU Lady Bulldogs, pero maging specific tayo, parang bakit ka nagstay, ba't NU ang pinili mo out of all universities?
Hindi ko lang po alam if na-feel din po to ng ibang players, pero yung feeling po talaga na parang ramdam mo na feel at home ka sa team na to, gano'n. Yung mga kasama mo talagang never nilang paparamdam sa'yo na kahit na mas matanda sila sa'yo na, uy, mas senior ako sa'yo, gano'n. Never po namin yun na-feel, and parang sobrang welcome po talaga namin dito. Lalo na po yung mga start po sa managers, sa coaches po, ganyan. Sobrang down to earth po talaga ng team ng NU. Kaya sobrang dito ko po nakita yung pwede ko pong maging future, and sobrang ramdam ko po yung pagmamahal po nilang lahat.
Parang totoo, no, when something feels like home, din talaga, di ba? Yung puso mo talaga nandun. Ito naman, so ano namang pakiramdam na karamihan ng teammates mo nung high school, kasama mo pa rin ng college, tama ba ako? Parang most of your high school teammates. So, kamusta? Kamusta yung, for sure, parang yung feeling nun is like you're growing together, no? Kamusta yun?
Siyempre po, sobrang sarap po sa feeling na makakasama mo po sila. Kumbaga po, siyempre kapag may bago po kayong recruit, parang kailangan pa nilang mag-adapt sa system na meron yung team. Unlike po sa mga nakasama na po namin nung high school, then pumunta po ng college, parang same na po yung sistema namin, sistema po ng isa't isa. So parang hindi na po talaga kami bago sa isa't isa, ganyan. And malaking tulong po yun kasi yung connection po, nung high school po kami, andito pa din po hanggang college. And sobrang nakaka-excite po silang makasama, sina Belen, sina Solomon, sina Cal, ganyan. Siyempre po, yung band po namin nung high school, pwede din po namin magamit ngayong college, and mas mapapatibay po namin yun.
Oo, parang andun pa rin, hindi pa rin mawawala yung chemistry. Siyempre, di ba pag nasa loob kayo ng court together, andun pa rin yun. And hindi mawawala, parang hindi pa rin mawawala talaga na yung I mean, mali pala, parang yung adjustment, hindi masyadong mahirap kasi magkakasama na kayong matagal na, di ba? Ayan. So,
Opo.
ito naman, since ito napag-usapan na natin your NU experience, ito naman, kanina pa natin nababanggit, you played for the national team and for sure, isang malaking karangalan para sa iyo na, to represent the Philippines, to represent our country. So, ano yung mga lessons naman na natutunan ninyo noon that you think could give you an advantage this coming UAAP season?
Syempre po, malaki po yung mga advantage na nakuha po namin dahil yun nga po, madami po kami mga nakasama mga veterano po namin ito NU. And parang sobrang laki pong karangalan po talaga na mapasama ka po talaga sa national team kasi lahat naman po ng athlete, kumbaga yun po yung last stage po talaga ng pagbo-volleyball dito sa Philippines. So, yung magkaroon ka lang ng jersey na may flag ng Philippines, parang gusto mo na talaga siyang ipa-frame, ganun talaga yung feeling po. So, parang sobrang laking tulong po nung national team po na yun para sa school po namin, sa team po namin lalo, na parang pwede din po kaming magbigay and mag-share po sa mga bata ng mga natutunan po namin doon, like mga skills, ganyan. And yung mga naturo din po ng Brazilian coach po namin doon. So, pwede din po namin yun i-share dito. And malaking tulong po yun para sa team namin this upcoming UAAP po.
Parang in a way, naging advantage talaga for the NU Lady Bulldogs na parang may mga experience kayo internationally. So, good job yun. And excited kaming makita yung mga moves nyo this coming UAAP season. Ayan. So, ito naman, as a true Marites. Well, Marites. Marites. Ayan, so, ano yung sino naman, yung mga teams na tingin ninyo magiging challenging kalaban this coming UAAP season?
Para po sa amin, lalo na po ngayon, di ba, may pandemic po. So, parang, unlike po before, nung wala pa pong pandemic, na parang madami po kayong pwedeng makahalap na Marites, ganyan, about sa ibang teams, ganon. Ngayon po, dahil pandemic, talagang nakabubble po. So, parang strict po talaga yung protocols po ngayon. So, para po sa amin, lahat naman po ng teams is talagang nagpalakas kahit po hindi po gaano mahaba yung preparation. Pero, alam po namin lahat po ng teams na yan is competitive po. Lalo na po, sobrang sabik po ngayong season. And ayun po, para po sa amin, lahat po ng teams is matibay and excited din po kaming makalaro po sila.
Actually, may mga na-interview din kami na maglalaro for the UAAP season ngayon sa volleyball. Halos pareho kayo na sinabi. Kasi syempre, iba na yung sitwasyon na yun. Una, parang mahirap na medyo mag-scout, diba? Since lahat kayo nakabubble, hindi nyo alam. Alam mo yun, kahit na Marites levels ka, parang ang hirap talaga na makakita ng mga or makahingi ng mga info. Ayan. So, I think that's one of the challenges, not just for you, but sa lahat ng maglalaro ngayon. So, kumbaga bulagaan tayo kung ano mangyayari. But that's the beauty of it, di ba? Yung surprises na yan. Parang challenge at the same time, ang ganda sa laban yan for sure na.
Opo.
Oo. At least nagpo-focus lang din kayo with your growth and with your practices, which is okay yan. So, ngayon for this season, since kakabalik lang ng UAAP volleyball season niyo, ano yung mga goals mo para sa sarili mo as part of the NU Lady Bulldogs for the season?
Syempre po, as a senior po, gusto ko po mabigay yung best ko ngayong season. Para sa team po, kahit na suporta and sa mga tumutulong po sa kanila, para po talaga sa kanila to. And yun naman po yung goal namin is masuklian po namin yung mga tulong at binigay po nila sa amin sa paglalaro po namin. And mapakita po namin kung ano po yung pinagtrabahuhan namin this season. Ayun po.
But yung Lady Bulldogs have recently managed to get into the semis during the recent years. Pumapasok sila sa semis round ng UAAP. So, do you think for this season, magagawa nun yung pumasok sa finals?
Pagtatrabahuhan po namin yan. Hindi po namin yan pinapangako, pero gusto po namin pagtrabahuhan and sa court na po namin talaga ipapakita kung ano po yung best po namin.
Ay, gusto ko yan. Nakaka-excite. Parang nagbigay ka ng pahapyawan at the same time, may ano pa rin, air of mystery pa rin. Yan, dapat abangan nyo kami. Ganun, dapat abangan nyo kami. Ayan. So, grabe, napakasaya ng interview natin, but syempre tumatakbo rin yung oras natin. Pero alam nyo guys, hindi pa dyan nagtatapos yung ating chikahan, chismisan with Ivy. Mas kilalanin pa natin si Ivy on a more personal level sa susunod na parte ng ating interview dito lamang sa The Athletes Tribune. Kaya huwag kayong aalis. We'll take a short break.
Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
We're back dito sa The Athletes Tribune kasama ang ating special na bisita ngayon na si Ivy Laxtina na talagang all smiles, napakaganda, fresh na fresh on a Monday evening. Okay, so ito kagaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, we'll be getting to know Ivy on a more personal level at gusto yan ng mga volleyball fans, diba? Gusto nang mas makilala pa natin si Ivy, lalong-lalo na mag-umpisa na yung UAAP season at makikita niyo na siya lagi na naglalaro for any Lady Bulldog. So, Ivy ngayon will play a quick game at alam kong pamilyar ka dito sa game na to. So, syempre aim nito is to get to know you and to have fun at the same time. So, tinatawag natin tong fast talk. Fast talk. And sabi ni Ivy kanina, parang off-cam, kinakabahan na ako. So, huwag kang kabahan, huwag kang magalala, puro wholesome lang yung questions natin. Okay, ano lang tayo dito, chill lang tayo. Okay, so, ready? Ready ka na?
Ready po.
Ready po. Okay, let's go with our first question. Your morning routine.
Morning routine ko po is mag-phone, then uminom po ng Milo, at yun po yung una kong ginagawa.
Alam mo, pareho tayo, phone. Phone agad. Check agad ng phone. Tama. Okay. Next question. If you weren't in this career, what could you see yourself doing?
Modeling po.
Modeling. Bagay na mo. Tignan mo naman yung ngiti ni Ivy. Ito naman, next question. Your guilty pleasure.
Food.
Food. Totoo. Totoo yan talaga. Oo, totoo yan talaga. Next, ito. Be honest, how often do you work from bed or study from bed? Diba since online classes kayo, parang meron ka bang study, or minsan aminado ka na sa kama ka nag
Opo, aminado po ako. Nasa kama lang talaga ako po.
Totoo, no?
Yun lang po talaga yung madalas kong gawin. Then, parang minsan po, nakakatulugan ko pa po yung class. Ganon.
Sana walang manood na prof mo. Ayan, so ito naman. Next question. Your go-to karaoke song?
Anything po, basta Tagalog.
Ay, mahilig ka kumanta? Kumakanta ka talaga?
Depende po sa mood. Pag nalulungkot, gano'n.
Ay, gusto ko yan. Yung mga pang TikTok ba? Pang TikTok na kanta.
Pang emote, gano'n.
Emote, gano'n. Sa bintana or sa kotse, ganyan. Ay, ginagawa pala ni Ivy yan. Okay, so, ito naman. Next naman, if makakapili ka ng age mo, na magiging age mo forever, anong age yon at bakit?
Siguro po nung mga 7 years old pa po ako. Kasi parang syempre bata ka pa po, ganyan. So parang wala ka pa pong masyadong obligations. Puro happy-happy ka lang. And yung time po na yun, parang sobrang complete and happy po talaga ng lahat. Kaya parang yun po yung gusto ko maging age. If pwede lang po hanggang forever po talaga.
7 years old. Para di ba yung problema mo, di masyadong serious, laro-laro lang or aral-aral lang ganyan. Totoo naman. Okay, so next question, what is your idea of fun?
Food.
Food pa rin.
Po talaga.
Totoo, no? Parang kung pwedeng buong araw kumakain ka. Totoo, diba na naiintindihan ko yung feeling na yan.
Yun po talaga, sobrang nagiging masaya na po ako.
Oo, totoo. Food is life, sabi nga nila. Diba? Food is life. Ito, next, last but not the least, if you ran the world, or let's say, kaya mong i-control ang buong mundo, what's the one thing na babaguhin mo?
Siguro po, gusto ko pong baguhin is yung disiplina po ng mga tao. Kasi parang sobrang dami pong nangyayari sa mundo ngayon and parang dahil may pandemic na po ngayon, parang madami pong sinasabi yung disiplina ng mga tao para na din po yun sa pangkalahatan, hindi lang po para sa sarili.
Para sa lahat, diba? Parang changes for the better. So, disiplina, tama naman yun. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao ay parang nakakuha pa yung tamang disiplina, diba? So, tama yun. Kailangan natin yan ngayon. Alright, so, Ivy, naku, thank you so much for joining us for tonight and, for letting us get to know your story. Pero bago natin tapusin tong ating episode, is there anything na gusto mong sabihin sa lahat ng fans mo and teammates? Ayan, kung may gusto kang badiin who's watching you right now or kung may gusto kang i-promote, now is your chance. Go.
Gusto ko lang po, ngayon pa lang po, nagpapa-thank you na po ako sa mga walang sawang sumusuporta po sa NU Lady Bulldogs. And sana po wag po kayong magsawa, lalo na po ngayong padating ng UAAP. Sana po hanggang dulo at hindi po namin kayo bibiguhin at lahat po ng kaya po namin, ibibigay po namin para sa inyo. Ayun po, gusto ko lang din po mag-thank you sa mga coaches, sa mga managers po namin na wala din pong sawang tumutulong po sa amin. And syempre po, sa buong team po ng NU, talagang sobrang hardworking po talaga. Ayun po.
Ayun ako, Ivy. Again, maraming salamat at good luck sa upcoming UAP Volleyball Season. May 5 na po yan, mga katribo. Abangan niyo po. At ako aabangan ko yan. At syempre si Ivy and the rest of the NU Lady Bulldogs na magpapakitang gilas for this season. Kaya naman muli, Ivy, thank you so much for joining us for tonight. At sa ating mga katribo na lagi sumusubaybay sa amin every Monday night, maraming salamat po. Again, my name is Nikki Viola at samahan niyo muli kami next week para sa pinakabagong exciting and fun episode ng The Athletes Tribune. Bye!
Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapalocal man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Q. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito nyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there mga katribu!
Magpabakuna kayo!
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, hirap ang dinadanas. Sari-sari ang problema dahil sa pandemya. Matapang ang Pilipino, matapang tayo. Kakayanin natin to, kaya natin to. Like Andres Bonifacio, he is our hero. Hindi atakbo, hindi atakbo. Nandiyan na ang bakuna. Magpapaturok ka ba? Sugilin na ang pandemya. Magpapaturok ka ba? Huwag mawalan ng pag-asa. May pag-asa. Malapit na ang ginhawa. May ginhawa. Mawawala ang pandemya. Mawawala na rin yan. It's gonna be okay na. Okay na. Okay na. Okay na. Nandiyan na ang bakuna. Magpapaturok ka ba? Sugilin na ang pandemya. Magpapaturok ka ba?
Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magpabakuna kayo